Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Sunday, it's the end of the week, and that means it's time for us to be jumping into some good old Warframe. Hello there, Bidface. Hello there, Nath. Is that Nath Lapatate? Nath Lapatate? I'm going to go with that. And Space Cadet, hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing today? Welcome back to the Orbiter once more here in the Origin system. Now, as the stream title may suggest very vaguely, I intend to be doing a little bit of research today. I'm going to be looking at the thermal transfer mod in part of this stream, and then after that, once we've done our fill of research on that side of things, I would also like to get some item treasures. You know, these lovely spinny shiny things, except not this one. Gonna get different ones than that. Those ones are a little bit more difficult to get hold of. But yes, indeed, we got a little bit of research, a little bit of treasure hunting, and otherwise just a grand old time on the plan today.
What's Ivera's favorite type of shoes? Sneakers.
Beard. You're really going to use your resub, your once a month resub notification to hit me up with a joke like that? Thank you very much for resubscribing for 15 months, Beard. You bastard. Oh my word. See, this is exactly why you guys do not get text to speak on anything other than resubs. This is exactly why you only get it on that. But thank you all the same there, Beard. Thank you very much. See, we've also got Depressed Down, hello, hello. Prime Disappointment is here. We have got 869 Essence. And Quintus Max saying, what did I miss? Quintus, did you just miss Beard's resubscription? Of all the things to miss, my dude. And there's your hydrate. Space Cadets saying, can we see how the Nyan skin looks on Fairy Grendel? Sure, why not? Extra speech redeemed, tell about joke when? Never. Never. Alright, let's have a look then. On the Fairy Grendel, how does it look? Let's first of all grab the Fairy Grendel in all of its horrifying glory. And let's start with the helmet. Let's start with the helmet. This helmet kind of gives you an idea as to the kind of direction we're about to be going. Wait, what's EDM? Do you, Glizzly? Alright, let's do it. Before I grab the rest of the skin, let's just switch over to a little bit of EDM. Why not? And up. Why is it pronounced British? Because the tea was so good so they drank it all? Prime Disappointment. Seriously. We've barely gotten started, guys. I haven't done a single mission yet on stream, and that's already 2 terrible jokes. God damn. But here you go. This is the result of the Nyan skin on Fairy Grendel. That's the result. We've got some exceedingly bright emerald teeth. We have a sigil that's kind of going over the teeth. Just don't even try and make heads or tails of that. I can crouch and do half an animation. I did not expect to do that. Yeah. It's even more massive. Oh yeah. With the puffy chest plate as well, just to add on to it. This is beyond garish. This is horrible. Yeah, I would not recommend this. It is horrible to look at. However, it's been a picker frame, so now we're going to be using it. Now we're going to be using it on the very first mission of today, which is going to be the Sortie. It is going to be the Sortie. Let's see what we've got. We've got an Exterminate with Expert Stronghold. We've got a Disruption with Enemy Physical Enhancement. And then we've got a Rescue Mission with Augmented Enemy Shields. So if you want to be part of this Sortie, which actually seems like a really nice Sortie today, send a message to the Kengineer. I'll bring you on in to the squad here. Send that message obviously in-game here. Why do you like the colour scheme? I mean, I don't know, are you colourblind? As I'm looking at this, I'm going, sure, yeah, individual bits of it, if you just narrow your focus, they can be appreciable. But when you take the whole skin in together, one has to kind of just, yeah. Yeah, the colour scheme works on something that is not Grendel, and not with the wings, and not with that shoulder pad, and not with this chest plate. Yeah. Look at a single pixel is good. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Stream's been finicky on data for you, Tom? Oh dear. Have we got transcoding today? We have not! Oh, thank you, Twitch. Really appreciate that, Twitch. Thank you very, very much for not giving us transcoding, Twitch. You. Problem. Music just stopped. That track just stopped. Okay, well, we'll take the next one then. Well, that was weird. Okay. I did not think I could just leave half the animation behind. I just walked away from that. I didn't know you could do that. I thought it would just cancel the animation, but no, I could just leave the second Grendel just spinning around. So, yeah, that's a thing. Music hates a fairy Grendel so much it just dipped. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, let's have a look at sorting this sortie out then. Let's have a look at sorting it out. Same thing happens with Severgoth's idle animation? Fair enough then. Fair enough. So, we are going to dive on in. No one jumping up at the bit, so we'll just dive on in. Let's see what randoms we get here, and let's just subject them all to the most horrifying of visages we could manage to put together. Oh yeah, something like that, Prime Disappointment. Excuse me, coming through. Yeah, there's nothing even to eat. How disappointing. There we go. Much better. All your corpus are belong to gut. They think they can escape. What's wrong? Alright, I'm just gonna eat as much of the level as I can. You know? Just nom. Okay, that's 24 enemies at once there. That might be a bit much. Let's keep going. That'll do, that'll do. I just realised this is not the Gloom Grendel build, so I cannot infinitely do that. If I keep doing that, I will die. So, yeah, I have to be a little bit more sensible than that about it. Guys, you locked the door! Let me through! Thank you. Didn't they cap it at 40 now? They did, unfortunately, yeah. Although, by the time you're at that stage, if you haven't got some serious heals going, you are going to hurt. Like, a lot. Good news is I can just regurgitate and otherwise transform the enemies into health, so it's not the end of the world. He does have to go uwu a few times, but you know, that's... What is going on with my camera? What's happening here? Okay, I think the enemy's breaking me. Yeah, I had an enemy in my gut there that was breaking my camera, okay. I'll just get rid of these guys. Flat. All the toxin damage. Nom. Oh, look at this. This is a good, lovely group over here. Soak them all up. Nothing they can do. You munch on domestic drones? No idea. Haven't actually tried. Or at least if I have tried, I didn't notice. They probably just get caught in the crossfire. Seems to happen with nullifier crewmen. Ah, I see. Well, it wouldn't be bug frame without bugs. We'll just have to live with that a little bit. At least they're still kind enough to hide the wings, so they're not blocking your view. 69 kills, nice. Yeah, that's a fairy Grendel run if I ever saw one. There we go.
Mission complete.
Oh dear, what? What a way to start a stream, eh? What a way to start a stream. These poor others, they had no idea what they were in for. That is our Nyan Skin Fairy Grendel. It actually looks marginally less horrifying than you'd expect, I'd say. You know? Just slightly. But let's drop that squad now. Let's drop that squad and let's switch ourselves up on over to a Nidus apparently. Okay, Found Killer coming in with the absolute bombshell timing right there. Nidus it is. Let's do it. Can I show the Verglass build real quick? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Hey, I can also equip it. That would be a good idea. There we go. This is the Verglass build that I'm using at the moment here. So you've got the Malignant Force and Rhyme rounds giving us our viral. We've got Thermite rounds and Hellfire giving us lots and lots of heat. And then we've got even more viral coming off Prime Cryo rounds because it's a good use of the D-polarity there. Otherwise, Thracian Split Chamber, usual crucial. There's no real crits to speak of on Verglass, so it's not worth going for anything other than just pure damage status. As you see, this does a damn good job of that. It's got the multi-shot, it's got status, it applies the hurt to one enemy at a time. But yeah, that works. Lamp, you are very welcome, and welcome to the Twitch stream as well here, my dude. Welcome, welcome. I was quite pleasantly surprised to find that the Nama Summon Cord was just so easily available, so that was real nice to get. That was real nice. Alrighty, let's go into the second stage of the sortie. It is a disruption one, Disruption Nidus. Okay, we'll see. Enemies have physical enhancement. Good thing I don't do physical damage, isn't it? I'm using the Blapper 9000, otherwise known as the Tenet Envoy. That one does not know what physical damage is. So we should be good. Yeah, so I found that out after the upload, is that of all the things they could have just not included on the console release, they didn't include the Soma Chords for the new war. I'm like, what? What?
This isn't your regular job.
Mythic Spirit, you've said that now on 3 different platforms. We hear you, my dude. We hear you. You know where the other Soma Chord option is. We got it. Thank you. Alright, so let's do this disruption. Let's try and get some keys and get this cracking. I have also got a video in the works, which is going to be about disruption. So if you do find yourself struggling with disruption, I am actively working on a video for that. It won't be the next video uploaded, but it is in the works, absolutely. So that is one of the things that'll be coming up to the channel in the near future.
Don't let them near the conduit.
Flap. You want to survive? Flap. Oh, you still want to survive? Flap. That should do it. 3 flaps is apparently the charm. There we are. Now let's get some stacks off of these guys, because they're dumb enough to walk into me. Ah, that's the good stuff as Nidus right there. Look at that. The skin fully adapted. Stack him up again. Get even more. There we go. Now we got the key. I'll just take that, and the rest of you can die now. Thank you for your contribution. What CC abilities work on disruption targets? Quite a few, actually. Quite a few. Oh, this key... Well, okay, I'm holding purple. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't know the full list off heart, so your best bet is to look on the wiki there. There are quite a few that work. You might be surprised. Blap. Oh, that's beautiful, that is. That's a beautiful, beautiful blap right there. Press Dan, resubscribing for their 2nd month. The bot is probably going to read that out in a moment, so I'm going to let the bot read out your message. As and when it remembers that you've actually subscribed, because I can see it. Come on, Boticus. We got text-to-speech for a reason here.
What is Darvo's favorite part of any movie? The credits.
Oh, for crying out loud. I didn't even realise that was going to be a bad joke. I just saw the message and went, oh, the bot will have that. Thank you very much for your resubscription and your terrible joke, Depressed Stan. At least it is on Warframe topic. God damn it. God damn it, guys. Cannot leave you alone for a moment with this. I am dying a little bit. Let's just kill these guys. Yeah, I was dying for moments. I took a few hit points of damage there. Now I'm okay again because I'm Nidus. That's okay. Get some more energy cracking as well. Yeah, Beard. I mean, I don't know what you expected. You know, if you as a moderator around on the channel at the time resubscribe and immediately started off with a bad joke, it's what's going to happen, isn't it? It's what's going to happen. So, yeah. That's a thing now. Text-to-speech no longer for just good old subscription messages. No. It's going to be for bad jokes, isn't it? Hey, c'est la vie is one of the very few bits of French I actually know. Give me some keys. Keys, please. All of you, give me keys. They're probably none of them right, are they? No. That's very much the same energy as Deadpool screaming, "Where's Francis?" to people who have never heard the name Francis. Hey! Let's put a few more blaps into this one. And he's dead. Lovely jubbly. Ooh, let's see. Never mind, he's got that one. Okay.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
What more frames we got around here? We've got Mesa, Sarah, Titania. Sarah is person named ZB Godslayer. Where's ZB Godslayer? You. Get a buff. You don't need it, but you're having it anyway. Enjoy your buff. And I am casting abilities, are they? Well, that is immensely disappointing. Oh well. You can't win them all. Sometimes you just can't buff them all. That's just the way. I'm just going to say, I've committed a sin. I sold mag to claim Vorman. What? Why would you have to sell a frame? Just buy a slot. It's 20 plat. You can make 20 plat in no time at all. In fact, I sold like 550 plats worth of stuff today. So, 20. Come on, dude. You don't need to sell frames. You either give them to the helmet, or if you get the upgrade, it's fine. You know. This is costing me. I didn't even need to do that. There we go. And the other one's over this way as well, so let's just do that. Lock it down. And black. Wait, no. Oh, I thought I killed it. Never mind. Now we killed it. We're all good. You've sold 170? Nice. I managed to get around to selling a Glaive Prime set, a Titania Prime set, a couple primed Reach mods. Let me see. There was a Stalter set, there was a couple Warframe augments, and things like that. And I think I sold 4, maybe 5 different auras as well. They stack up a bit of pennies. So kind of depressed and kind of yeah. There's a little bit more to it than that, but kinda. Don't worry, we'll be getting into it in full. Let me just drop out of this squad here, because they're just all going to be jumping off to the next mission, but I need to be switching over frame. So that is the request there from Fantakiller for Nidus. Next from Prime Disappointment was Neja. Okay, let's bring out Neja Prime. Because, of course, why not? Now, they did make a request with this. I don't normally take on challenge requests as part of Pick a Frame, but I'll at least listen. So, saying Neja, but you have to use the Blazing Chakram teleportation instead of bullet jumping. Okay. As about saying, I have Volta Prime sets, but struggling to sell them. Any advice? Yes, use the website warframe.market. That should be your selling ground. Number 1 selling ground. You put stuff up on there, make sure you are showing as online in-game. When you are online in-game, make yourself available to trade quickly with people. It does mean sitting in your dojo, waiting for trades. It works best if you have a bundle of stuff to sell rather than just 1 or 2 things. If you've only got 1 or 2, then just keep running through missions and responding to people quickly when you get a trade. If you have to abort a mission to make a trade, it's worth it. Because at the end of the day, a mission's like 5 minutes. You can go back and do it later. Getting that trade, that's a lot better. But normally you won't need to abort. If you say to someone, yeah, that's fine, I'll be a couple minutes, and then you get to them. If you are at the start of a defense mission though, yeah, just wrap up and abort. You can go back to it. It's worth it. And yeah, with that, you'll get yourself plenty of cells pretty damn quickly there. If you do find you've only got individual pieces, or if you've got most of a set but not a whole set, it's a good idea, certainly if you are in a region or on a platform which has a limited market, it's a good idea to purchase that final part of the set, fill it out and sell the whole set. Sets sell faster than individual items in my experience, and moreover, if you've got most of a set, you need to sell 3 items, or as a set, you only sell 1 thing. It's 4 items in one. A lot better for you. Don't cut your price. I mean, that's up to you. If you are selling, what I'd seriously recommend is just sell 1 plat below whatever the current highest seller is, highest online in-game. If you find there's only a couple people online and the online has a ridiculously high price, look at the statistics on Warframe Market and grab yourself the median value instead. But otherwise, yeah, just 1 plat below what the other people are selling for. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to jump it right the way down unless the prices people are asking for are actually ridiculous. Like for example, when it comes to the auras, I always sell these auras at between 50 and 20 a pop. I'll just go into the cred offerings. Oh wow. This might take a moment. No, there we are.
With the impossible.
So yeah, with the auras here, I always sell these at around 15 to 20 platinum a piece. Sometimes, if they've not been in rotation for a couple of weeks, they might go up to 30 platinum. Excuse me. 30, maybe even 40 platinum I've seen sometimes for these auras, but honestly, they don't need to go that high, and frankly, the kind of people buying auras tend to be pretty low level, so it's a bit rude to be dumping that price onto them. So 15, 20 platinum for these kinds of things, and you see, you grab them for just 20 auras choice cred. Prices will be different on console. I have no idea what prices are on console. I entirely play on PC, so take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, Warframe Market, that's the greatest way for you to sell any commodity-based thing in a Warframe. Easy peasy. Now, we're on to the rescue mission, Augmented Enemy Shields, and that means it's time for us to do a quick little prediction as well, guys. What reward do you think we're going to get from today's sortie? Is it going to be an Anasa Sculpture? Is it going to be Endo? Or is it going to be literally anything else? Grab the blue spanner icon at the bottom of your chat window, make your prediction, gamble with as many or as a few channel points as you want to do so. You can gamble with a custom amount to make it extra spicy, because if you're right, you're getting a load back. And that is a lovely tea. I do love tea. You think it's going to be pineapple? Well, make your gamble then, 5val. Make your gamble. I am going to activate this. Aha! Teleports! I can teleport, mate. Okay, I timed that wrong. There we go. I can teleport, but it can sometimes be a little bit imperfect. But I can get there. Oops, okay. That bounced off the floor. That's unfortunate. The challenge is to do this without bullet jumping. So far, so good, because someone else is doing the mission for me. I'll take it.
Who's in control now, suckers?
Come on, throw it. The teleport on this is janky, not gonna lie.
See, mother? You don't work for what is useful.
What was that about? Okay, that's new to me. Let's run a little bit faster, shall we? People are already at the end. Ta-da! Alright, let's have a look. What do we get? Hello, Uploadite, how are you doing today? Is 27 liches enough for 1 ephemera? Depends on if RNG likes you. Speaking of RNG, RNG has decided today I deserve 4,000 Endo. Not my favourite reward to get. I am not exactly short on Endo. So, not my favourite to get, but there you are. To the 6 of you who guessed we'll be getting Endo from today's sortie, you're absolutely correct. That very fast mission has ended up in Endo. There we are. I can't actually remember off the top of my head what the chance is of an ephemera. I know DE said what the chance was, but I've never actually cared to remember that bit of information. If only I could give spare Endo to you. I mean, the closest you can get is, you know, trading ayatan sculptures. That works. But yeah, this endo up here, I can't just give it out. Technically, I can give it to you through upgrading a mod and then trading it over, but I'm not in the mood to do that. So, no. There is that prime disappointment, yeah. Leisure can make an explosion of fire with his teleportation. They're 1 and 2. Not 1 and 3, 1 and 2. There's 1 and 3. 3 is Warding Halo, and those two don't interact. It's not really. Alright, but that aside, now, what I wanted to do is do a little bit of investigation using Gauss's new Thermal Sunder augment, that is Thermal Transfer. Interestingly though, we've got a couple of requests here of Wukong and Octavia. So, here's what I'm thinking, guys. We can either save those picker frames until after we've done the research, or I can try out Thermal Sunder on those frames and try and make a build work with them to use Thermal Sunder and Thermal Transfer all in one go. So, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Do I take Wukong and put Thermal Transfer onto him, or do we hold that until after we've done that a little bit of Gauss research today? Because, as I say, that's the main bit. That is the main bit. Copy below saying save? Alright. Seeing as you are one of the 2 people who made the actual frame request, we can save on that. But yeah, Thermal Transfer, that's this augment here, in case you guys haven't actually seen the details yet. Thermal Transfer applies to Gauss's third ability, Thermal Sunder. All allies in range, and that does include Gauss himself, gains a 75% bonus to elemental damage for 30 seconds. That bonus, if you tap cast, you gain cold damage. If you hold cast, you gain heat damage. And if you do both of them, you gain both of them. I'll demonstrate that over in the simulacrum. Let's grab Comac. Comac should shit out status. That'll be good for us to demonstrate with. Let's just delete all this. That doesn't need to be on there right now. Let's grab some status. Just good old basic status mod, please. There it is. And then let's grab some multi-shot. We'll just take you and you, because I'm not going to spend the time stacking that up. That's fine. And yeah, that should just be fine for demonstration purposes. We're just demoing at the moment. So you see, it's got impact, puncture, slash on here. There is no element whatsoever. So I'll show you, Mythic. I'll show you. Let's head on down to the simulacrum and do a quick little demonstration arena of how this works. I've been doing some very careful checks and balances onto how this all works together. I'm looking to do a very interesting infographic on this, actually, because I feel like the whole elemental combination system can actually be simplified down to one very basic infographic. I'm looking to make that similar to how I did with the Good Riven guide. Even simpler than that one, in fact. So, let's get started. At the moment, I've got no bonus. Sentinel wants to kill. Okay, Sentinel, please kindly stop interfering with testing. Thank you. The problem with having a Sentinel that is actually good. I just walked over here for a moment and it's already dead. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. So, here's our good old Comac with no elemental modding. If I hit this guy, you can see we've got impact, puncture, slash happening quite nicely there. Nothing else going on. Let's stand well back from those guys so it's not to hit with anything else. I'm now going to put on some heat. Okay? As you can see, very easily, those heat procs are happening. Very easily. And you can see at the top right of my screen, I added on 134% heat, so my weapon is now majority heat with that buff. If I walk into this zone again, you see that the timer is set to infinite. So whilst the zone exists and I'm stood in it, then I get a permanent heat buff to all my weapons. But once I'm out of the zone, it does the countdown. That is, of course, based on Gauss's stats. You can also see a little bit of flame, as it were, underneath my carrier. My carrier also has that buff. So it applies to my weapons and my companion's weapons. Now let's add on the cold. You'll see I also get cold on top of the heat, so it doesn't override. I get both at the same time. And you can see kind of a frosty effect now on my carrier at the same time as the fire one. So carrier has got both as well. If I hit this guy here, you see I'm now doing blast, and a hell of a lot of it. In fact, I've already hit the 10 stacks there. That's 10 on him. 10. 10. 5, 7, 8, 10. You can get to 10 stacks pretty quickly with Comac. This is a barely modded Comac. So the heat and cold, they are combining together there to give us blast, as you might expect. Basic elements combined together. So now let's make this interesting. Now let's make this interesting and see what you guys actually understand about this game. I'm curious. Let's grab the Spore Lacer? Yeah, let's grab the Spore Lacer real quick. Kikoki. And, there we go. We've got a nice empty build. So, on the Spore Lacer, with this empty build here, we have a radial attack of Toxin. So, if I shoot close to enemies, they're just going to get hit by Toxin. Disaster Uwu? Cheers. They're going to get hit by Toxin. I'm going to buff up the status on that just to make it where they are very likely to get hit by Toxin. Yeah, that status is alarmingly low. Let's keep working on that, shall we? Let's see. How can I get some more status out? Kind of Stinger. There's no slash on here, so that is just a status mod. That's not going to affect anything. But, I haven't upgraded that, but it's a little bit more status. Whatever. I'll just pop it on there. Alright then. So, for the first bit, let's just pop on the kinetic plating so I don't knock myself down. And you can see those toxin procs, they happen very easily. Very simple toxic procs. So when I activate cold, what element do you think I'm going to be dealing damage in? What damage type do you think I'm going to deal when I activate the cold buff? We got toxin on the weapon, I'm activating cold. What do we all think it's going to be? People think it's going to be cold. Craj thinks it's viral. Okay. It is viral. Because it's not broken. It actually works. It's viral. In fact, if I hit one directly, I should also get a cold proc eventually. Because the direct hit doesn't have any toxin. Yep, there we are. So the explosion is causing viral, but a direct hit can do cold and viral. So now we get into the really spicy question. I've got the cold. I'm just going to re-up the cold, make sure it definitely doesn't run out. I'm now also going to add on the heat. So we had viral on the explosion, okay? I'm adding on heat. What damage types are we going to see, guys? I had viral. I'm adding on heat. What are we going to see? Viral plus heat. That's Mythic Spirit's guess. Viral plus heat. Everyone agree with Mythic Spirit? Copy Bloke thinks it's going to be Toxin Blast. Interesting. Impact and Blast. Blast Toxin. So the impact is definitely wrong because Impact Star is here. But we're just looking at the explosion around it. But you're absolutely right there otherwise, Mythic Spirit. That's not what we're talking about. Blast Toxin, Corrosive Blast, Viral? You think we're going to get Corrosive Blast and Viral, Craj? Okay. Okay. Just remind you, Corrosive requires electric. So there is no electric in this setup. Let's demonstrate. I've got both buffs active. We get Blast, Toxin. You see those there? We've got both Blast and Toxin. Okay. Blast and Toxin. Okay. Now I'm going to do something very simple. I'm going to put a Toxin mod onto here. Okay? This is already a Toxin weapon, so I'm not changing the damage type here. It's going from Toxin to Toxin. I'm changing from Toxin to Toxin. So, am I still going to do Blast Toxin? Or if not, what else do you think I'm going to do? Is it still going to be Blast Toxin, or do you think it's going to be something else, and what else? Gas and Viral? There's far too many options for 11 cake. I'm asking you guys to actually know the answer. We're not multiple choice in this stuff. Come on, this is not elementary school, primary school, or whatever school it is where you're from. No. We don't do multiple choice here. You got to get it right. We have a toxin weapon with a toxin mod. I have cold and heat added from Gauss's ability. What damage types am I going to be dealing? What do you think it's going to be? Time to reveal. We saw a gas proc and a cold proc. Gas and cold. So can any of you in the class just hedge a guess as to why we're getting gas cold? I want to see if any of you can figure it out before I go into the full explanation. Previously, when we didn't have the toxin mod there, we had blast toxin, but now we're getting gas cold. It's the H-CET thing. Sparrow, you are absolutely on there. Absolutely, 100%. Well done. It is indeed the H-CET thing. So, this is how H-CET works. I'm going to be doing an infographic on this because it absolutely needs it. Did I cast a heat before the cold? Doesn't matter, Prime Disappointment. Actually doesn't matter. So the way that elemental modding works, if you have a combination element, it doesn't matter, it's just going to be there. So if you have built-in viral, if you have built-in corrosive, if you add on radiation as a mod somehow, to give an actual example, if we go for the Ac Bronco Prime here real quickly, this one has a viral mod. There it is. So we've got a mod here for viral, and we got a mod for cold. And you can see we're still getting cold and viral at the same time, despite the fact that cold is part of viral, right? So if you have a combination element directly added or directly part of your build, whether that be the base damage like the radiation on a nuke core, whether it be the progenitor damage like the magnetic that you can get in through a progenitor, whether it be a direct mod of viral, doesn't matter the source. If it is a combination, ignore it, it's just automatically there. For your basic elements, they go through the H-CET combination. First things first, you go through your mods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Always that order. Top row, then bottom row, left to right. And you look for your combinations. So here we've got nothing, 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 nothing. Viral doesn't count, it's not a basic element. Cold. So it would just be cold. And then nothing, nothing. You can imagine then a third row at the bottom here, H-CET. Heat, cold, electricity, toxin. Why it's that order is because that's just how the game works. And if you ever need to remember it other than just remembering H-CET, remember whenever you go into a Harrow chassis, into a Void Fisher, it's Harrow chassis every time. Every single Void Fisher, Harrow chassis every time. H-CET, heat, cold, electric, toxin. If you imagine that row there, if you have any heat, cold, electricity, or toxin added onto your weapon in any way whatsoever other than the mods, you consider them here. So if you have a weapon which has innate cold, you can imagine there's a cold mod here. If you have a heat bonus from Gauss's Thermal Sunder, you can imagine the heat mod here. If you have electricity from a progenitor, you can imagine it here. Okay? I'm going to be doing an infographic on this, so it's really a very simple process. Once you imagine those bonuses in place, you then just read through to see what you've created. So like if I just get some 60/60 mods in here, I'm just going to go toxin, I'm going to go heat. I can't do the toxin one again, so you know what, let's do the cold one here. Ooh. Okay, I'm out of space, that's why. Let's do the cold one here. Actually, I'll do the cold one there. This will be a better explanation. Here we go then. First, a hydrate from Disaster Ugu. There we are. So, reading across here, we've got cold, we've got electricity, there we are, so that's magnetic. We've got heat, and then going through, we've got cold again, but cold has already been done, so we don't count it anymore. So all we've got is magnetic heat, and if we look over here, you can see, sure enough, magnetic heat. If we cast then Gauss's thermal sunder, whether we use the heat or the cold, the heat would go here and the cold would go here on that imaginary third row, but we've already got heat and cold mods, so it doesn't matter. We've already got heat magnetic, it's already decided. If I take this out and put in Pistol Pestilence, you can see we've now got Magnetic Toxin. Again, if I cast the cold Thermal Sunder, well, we've already got cold. It's already been decided where in the order it goes. So it's already going to go into that magnetic. So it won't merge with this, we won't get viral, and I can demonstrate that. We got Toxin Magnetic. I tap cast the ability. You see Magnetic and Toxin. We are not getting any viral, so it's not merging together. The H-CET applies to any basic element except for mods. H-CET is H-CET. Imagine just a third row here. Like I say, I'm going to do an infographic for the upcoming video to make that really, really easy to look at later. Really easy to look at. Any source of basic elements that isn't mods, you can imagine on an imaginary third row here in the order H-CET. So I added on the C, the cold. The cold had already been done in the calculation. However, now look at this again. We've got cold, electricity, toxin, cold. There is no heat at the moment. So if I add in heat using thermal sunder, thermal transfer, that heat will go here, as it were. And that means the thing it has to combine with is the toxin. So we'll go from magnetic toxin to magnetic gas. I just make sure I've got all the energy I need for it, because why not? There's the heat bonus. And there you can see the gas procs and the magnetic procs are happening. Gas, magnetic. If I activate the cold as well over here, it's still going to be the same because we already had cold in the modding. We've only added a new source of heat. So it's still gas, magnetic. Is there a way to fix the Mutilus Sonos to have a proper amount of toxin involved status procs? When you say toxin involved, I'm not entirely sure what you mean, but let's have a look. I don't have it. Okay, never mind. But let's have a look at the stats on it. Yeah, so this has got toxin on the charge shot, toxin on the quick shot. So on the H-CET basis, H-CET, T for toxin, toxin's the very, very last. So if you have any two of the other basic elements applied, if you got heat cold, heat electric, or cold electric, any of those other two on the weapon, be it through mods, be it through outside bonuses, no matter what, they will combine together and the toxin will be left alone. But if you put on only one, or all three of them, they will combine with the toxin. And if you put the toxin into the modding, again, you open it up to being selected as part of the combination process. To ensure you keep toxin, you must keep it last in the setup. Nothing else in its way. Otherwise it will merge. Imagine thermal transfer helping Profit Taker? It could do. Only if you need to stick with those elements long term, because thermal transfer doesn't go away quickly, you know? I'm recasting it here, but like, if I step out of that zone, that's a full minute of heat. If I need to be off heat, I can't get off it anytime soon. Oh, did the raffle not trigger there? That's interesting. Let me just sort that for you, Crudge. That absolutely should have been working, so I'll just sort that now. Just means I missed it on setup for the stream today, my bad. There you go. There you go, Crudge. You're saying when you add toxin mods, it uses that dismal amount of toxin as base. No, it didn't. No, you've definitely been misreading it. You have 100% been misreading it. So, on this weapon here, we've got 184 impact, 10 puncture, 10/5 toxin. You add a toxin mod, it applies based off the entire base damage. I don't have this one to demonstrate with right now. I don't think I can get one very quickly, but let me see if I can find a companion weapon to demonstrate that with. Is there one where I have a really terrible elemental bonus? Most of them aren't that terrible, usually. Let's see here. Come on. Something, surely. I mean, I've got a little bit of heat on the Coover Raccoon, but not the best demonstration. I mean, we'll go for Amethyst Grasp right here. It's not the lowest percentage, but it's a good demonstration. It's a good demonstration. So let's have a look at this. Here we have got Impact, Puncture, Slash, and Toxin. You can see that the Toxin makes up less than half of this. We've got 21 damage from Physical and 12 from Toxin. Okay? Our total, as you can see there, is obviously 33. We grab ourselves a Toxin mod. And let's grab... Yeah, we'll grab 90%. We're good enough with mouth. We're good enough with mouth, aren't we? I'm sure we are. I'm just going to make sure we can switch on a quick little notepad. Because notepad is goated. This kind of thing. So, we've got 21 physical. 12 toxin. 33 total. Let's make that view a little bit larger because otherwise some of you are not going to be able to see that writing. That's better. There we go. Notepad++ is better, but Notepad++ requires me to type 2 extra characters to open it, Celeste. Notepad is right there, I just have it. There are still people in the pick a frame queue, yes. We're going to be doing those after the Gauss research. Anyway, physical and toxin, there's our basis at the moment. We're going to be adding 90% toxin mod. So 33 times 90%, that comes out to 29.7 added on. So our total toxin, to demonstrate this is exactly how it works, we're going to predict it first and then show that it's correct. So that comes out to, what's that, 41.7? Yep. You add on the physical, that's going to give us a total damage of 62.7. Okay. Alright, Disaster, a little bit more hydrate. Cheers. So this is what we're expecting. Now, if it's only going off just the toxin, it'll be a lot lower than this, but I already know it's not going to do that, so I'm not even doing that calculation. You're going to see it there. So 62 total, with 41 and a bit toxin. Bam. 62 total, 41 and a bit toxin. I mean, could there be a better demonstration of the fact that this just works as I'm saying? Then here it is working literally as I'm saying right now. It work. Alright, you take care, Celeste. That's the pure and simple of it. So if you've got toxin already on a weapon and you add on a toxin mod, well, if the toxin is part of the base damage, the mod scales off the entire base damage for all elements. All of them. Now, interestingly, for some reason, physical damage doesn't do this. Physical damage just doesn't. So this 25% slash mod here, you would hope that it would work off the entire base damage, like, oh yeah, you're gonna get all that slash. And no. We get 25% of just the slash damage. Which is, to this day, one of the more disappointing things in the entire modding system. On the one hand, I can understand not wanting to make slash everything, but that's more a problem of slash being the best physical element, and perhaps the best damage type overall. So, yeah. Physical mods don't do the same as the element mods. Physical mods are mostly pretty damn terrible. So here's the thing, Evie. You say it's kind of balanced because Nuka putting a slash mod on would be crazy. Why would it be crazy? The only reason it would be crazy is because slash itself is crazy. The source of true damage in the game. The source of true damage outside of niche things like finishers or a couple abilities here or there. Pretty much the source of true damage, ignoring all armor, is a single basic physical damage type. That's why it's a problem. Because it's not a problem for impact, and it's not a problem for puncture. If you could mod on impact and puncture like you could any other element, the game wouldn't break. At all. Just wouldn't. But for Slash, it would break, and as a result, everyone's like, oh, we can't be adding Slash now, because good weapons get better. It's a very weird exception, but it's something you just have to be aware of whenever you're trying to do these kinds of calculations. Elemental mods scale off the entire base damage, even if they're already present. Physical mods, nah, they don't. They're just difficult like that. It is just Slash. Slash is a ridiculously powerful damage type. It's fine that it is powerful, kinda. Then again, it's kind of not fine, because Impact and Puncture really do not have their own places. Impact is something that comes in handy in very minimal circumstances. Puncture, no one relies on Puncture. No one relies on Puncture. The only people using Puncture are using it because they felt like the challenge. New players should be required to go through a Engineer modding class. I mean, I've got a full Warframe channel filled with these bits and pieces to help people out, so you know, the classes are right there for them. So with this in mind, just a quick recap of bits and pieces. Let's grab an electric weapon. Can I search electric? Of course, Fulmin. There we are. Perfect. Yeah, that'll do. Fulmin has electricity. Alright. So pay attention, class. This is your test. This is your test. I am putting an electricity mod onto a weapon that already has electricity. You can see how much electricity we are doing here. We got a bit of impact as well. We don't care about that. I am focusing on the electricity side of things. I'm going to give it some status as well, just to improve the status chance, make it where we don't need to fire as many shots just to get the status to happen. And likewise, I'm going to grab... Actually, I'm also going to grab hammer shot. There we are. Even more status. Why not? And I'm also going to grab some multi-shot just to give ourselves as many shots as possible, just to make it nice and simple to go. Okay, so we've got electricity is our main damage type. Electricity is our main damage type. I'm going to activate both thermal transfer bonuses. I've got heat, cold added on to my damage types here. What damage types am I going to be hitting this unsuspecting idiot with? Evie thinks it's going to be electricity, impact, and blast. Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree? Beard thinks it's going to be blast electric. Okay. This is Beard of Power, not Beard Face. Radiation, impact, cold. Heat, magnetic. Radiation, cold. Radiation, cold. Rad, cold. Okay. So the answer... We got cold. We got radiation. We got impact. It is radiation, cold, and impact. Those of you who did that, you are absolutely correct. Well done. Those of you who didn't do that, you thought your very best. You thought your very, very best. But yeah. So the reason that it is radiation there, for those of you who thought it wouldn't be, the reason it's radiation is because I put the mod, the elemental mod, into the modding setup. H-CET only applies after mods. We got electricity, nothing, 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 nothing. And then heat, cold, nothing, nothing. Or actually heat, cold, electric. Because the electric is innate as well. Electric finds heat, combines, we get radiation. We then get cold. Cold finds electric, but it's already been used. So we skip over, find nothing left. Radiation and cold. If I took this out of here, then we would get blast electric. Because I'll be adding on the heat and cold on this invisible third line, the H-CET line. And we'd still have the electric innately. I threw in that curveball there for you, Copper Milk. I threw in that curveball. You have to watch out for all these things. The same is true if I put some toxin into here and did the same thing. We'd have toxin And then we'd have heat, so that would give us gas. We'd have cold and electric, that would give us magnetic. So you see, even right now, the Arsenal thinks I'm about to be doing corrosive damage. The Arsenal thinks corrosive is coming, but I do this and that. I'm gonna... there's this guy again. There it is, magnetic gas, straight away. Perfect example. And he's dead. Well, class is over for that guy. I just realised this is being a very American classroom right now, because this classroom involves guns, but you know, there we are. We just deal with that, don't we? Does the order of casting buff influence this? No. No, it does not. Because the buff order isn't adding in mods in a stack. All that's happening is we are activating the H-CET. All these 4 other mods, these are just make it where I can demonstrate as quickly as possible. Mostly, it's just the toxin is there, and then we're activating the heat and cold. Electricity is already here from the innate weapon bonus. So you'll see, if I do it heat and cold, we get ourselves gas magnetic. Let's reset. So heat and cold, we got the gas magnetic. Oh, I do need to open up something to make the change. Let's just do that. So now I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to do cold, then heat. Cold, then heat. And once again, you can see magnetic and gas. So you do not get to decide the order. The order is fixed. The order is fixed under the H-CET system. Bring back our lovely little notepad. Shrink this over. We can get rid of that old stuff now. That was just math. We're done with that. Give. Thank you. You can imagine across here, heat, cold, electric, toxin. This is the H-CET. H-CET. Harrow chassis every time. If your weapon has any of these 4 basic elements, not their combinations, just these basic elements from anything of the mods, imagine these as being mods placed on the 3rd row. We added in heat from Gauss, we added in cold from Gauss, we have electric from the weapon, and we had toxin already here. Toxin, heat, cold, electric. Doesn't matter the order I cast these in, they still go into those slots every single time. That's the H-CET. This is something that modding theory hasn't been able to really explore previously. This is something that has been made very clear with the introduction of the, what do we call it? Progenitor bonuses on the Tenet and Kuva weapons. Prior to their existence, this kind of thing was not only somewhat alien, but also just not really important. It was always just assumed, oh, weapons just have these damage types, and then any bonuses, they're just added in after your mods. But it's not so much that added in after the mods, there's just a whole separate section. They're all bundled together in one very simple process. What if you just cast cold? Impious, you tell me. Take this situation here. We've got infected clip, so we've got toxin already done there. I'm going to put an M next to that to show we've got it modded. We've got electric innately. You're saying we just cast cold, and we don't do anything heat. Just a blank heat. Oop, now back. So we've got toxin, nothing. No heat, cold, electric. Let's say the toxin was modded, so I'm just going to get rid of that. That's actually confusing. What do you think this would be? Toxin, cold, electric. What would you think it would be, Impious? If this that I'm teaching to you guys right now is real, legit, and that you can understand it, and I hope you can, it's pretty simple, what's it going to be? You think it'd be a dead Grenier? See, in my head, I just heard, which Grenier leader was it? Just another one going, another dead Tenno. We've got corrosive cold, viral electric. Oh, we shouldn't be getting different answers now, guys. Come on. Think, adversary. Fathom it. Find it. Or die. Anyway, bastardization of the lich system aside, I'm seeing far too many guesses here, guys. I'm seeing far too many guesses. What's the question? What damage type would this deal? We've got a toxin mod, cold bonus from our cast from Gauss, so C4 cast, and we've got electric innate because it's the Fullman. Alright, I'll tell you the answer now, guys. I'll tell you the answer. This is going to be viral electric. We've got toxin. No other mods. So it's toxin is the only thing coming from the mod section. It doesn't merge with the heat because there is no heat. Instead it merges with the cold. So toxin merges with cold. Bam. We get viral. The electric has nothing else left to merge with because the toxin's already been taken anyway. So it's just electric. Viral electric. Now if we dip out of here, I'm going to do exactly that. We're just going to cast the cold. We pop on over to here. Viral. And if it wants to happen, status, there it is, and electric. Viral electric. Mods first, H-CET second, nothing else exists. No oven cake, no, they come at the same time. Mods first, everything else second. Mods first, everything else second. This is everything. If we had innate cold as well, so we were casting cold and we had innate cold, fine. We just have cold. This is a hidden mod slot for anything other than mods. A hidden slot where all of your other cold bonuses go. If you have a cold weapon, the cold goes here. If you have a cold progenitor bonus on your weapon, cold goes here. If you have cold coming in from thermal sunder, coming in from frost ability, whatever it's called, who cares? It goes there. Any source of cold that isn't a mod on your weapon itself goes here. Doesn't even matter if it's coming from a mod from a Warframe, like with thermal transfer here. It's not a mod on the weapon, so it goes in this hidden slot. First row, second row, hidden third row. So if we cast heat and cold, this would do gas magnetic. You'd have toxin and heat, so yep, that's gas. You'd have cold and electric, that's magnetic, yep. That would be gas magnetic, absolutely. Everything that is not your weapons modding is H-CET. The whole lot, it just goes into those spots. And if it's a damage type that I'm not showing here, it's not part of it. Impact doesn't merge with anything. Slash merges with nothing. Punch merges with nothing. They just sit and do their own little thing. If you have a corrosive weapon innately, or if you have a magnetic progenitor bonus, or if you are adding in radiation from Smite Infusion, doesn't matter. They're already combination elements. They just go and do their own little thing. Only the 4 basic elements do any merging. They never split up pre-existing combination elements. They just do their own thing. And this is how it works. You look through your mods, you look for those damage types, and they just merge. If the damage type is represented more than once, so say if we somehow add a toxin bonus, say from casting Grendel's Nourish, well, we already have toxin over here, so this one no longer counts. It's just the first instance of each of those basic elements that matters. What's magnetic status do? So magnetic status prevents enemy shields from regenerating. It makes their shields take more damage. And if it's used against the Tenno also lose energy. Can I imagine combined physical damage? We just don't really have words for it, do we? We couldn't really combine them because everything that has more than one physical damage in the first place just wouldn't make sense. So yeah, there isn't an option for combination there, no. Let's do another check for you guys to make sure y'all are understanding. I need an extra space there. Let's do another quick check to make sure y'all understand on this. Let's grab a Kuva weapon. There should be a suitable one in here somewhere, I'm sure. Let's go with you, why not? Kuva Shaka. I know some people love this weapon. Let's bring it out for demonstration purposes. Do I have a build I can destroy? Build even is this one. This is specifically doing not a lot of anything, isn't it? I'm going to destroy this build. Why not? Whatever. Space Gate saying, unrelated question. Does the Varus Prowl still grant a headshot bonus if her invisibility is broken from weapon noise? I think it doesn't, Space Cadet, but I haven't checked that. I just think it doesn't. Is there a weapon that can apply every elemental reaction? If you mean every combination element at once, no, there isn't one. There's just no way you can get that many going at once. It's just not possible. Alright, so we've got our H-CET. We're taking it from here. Now this weapon has Toxin added onto it from a progenitor element. So you can see I've already got Toxin on here. The very first question, in that entire consideration, where does that Toxin go? It's a simple question. Where do I put this Toxin? Am I considering it here? In the mod slots? Fourth on the H-CET? Yeah, absolutely. The P for Progenitor, we've already got Toxin. It's filling in the H-CET slot. Specifically the T slot for Toxin. Absolutely right. Next then. We're going to be trying to make this deal. Let me think. I want this to deal viral heat whilst I'm using my Gauss ability. I want this to deal viral heat whilst I'm using my Gauss ability. How do you think we can do that? If I just cast my Gauss ability for both heat and cold, will that work? What are we doing? I'm teaching about H-CET, Yasin Godov. It's not impossible, Evie. Not impossible, no. But that is correct, Evie. That is correct, yeah. So if I just cast the ability here, it'll go into the H-CET, so I'll have Heat Cast, Cold Cast, Toxin Progenitor. We'll end up with Blast Toxin, so that won't give us Viral. That won't give us Heat Viral, no. Lifeless Carcass, you are absolutely correct. Well done. So I'm just going to quickly do exactly what they've just said there. We need 2 mods for Viral. I'm just going to go Cold, Toxin. The order of these 2 doesn't matter right now, so I'm just going to pop those in. So with the Gauss cast as well, on both of these, you'll notice we've got Toxin and Cold. That gives us Viral. And because Toxin and Cold have now both been ticked off, these 2 no longer matter. Their bonuses are still counted, but they no longer matter to our damage types. Then if I put on the Heat one as well, from Gauss, it's just going to be Heat. It can't merge with the Cold or the Toxin, they've already merged. So we'll get Viral and Heat. And that's the minimum number of mods necessary to get Viral Heat when using both of these with a Toxin Progenitor. That is the absolute minimum. In fact, it is actually the absolute minimum total. If you want to have Viral Heat and you are using both Heat and Cold off the Gauss ability, you have to do this. Unless your weapon already has Viral on it innately, you have to do this. 2 mods for Rad also works. 1 mod is all you need for Rad Mythic Spirit. You only need 1 mod for Rad, because if I take off these and put on Electric, I'll get Electric Heat, Cold Toxin, I'll get Rad Viral. But then I won't get the Heat, of course. But yeah, 1 Electric mod will give us Rad Viral, and I can actually... For those of you who might be going, oh, come on, surely not. Surely it's not that simple. 1 mod and you get Rad Viral? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do the status one, make it more likely to proc. So we got the Progenitor Toxin, we're going to be casting Cold, casting Heat, and we've got Electricity here. Even though it says Corrosive, this is going to be Rad Viral. Pop the ability, the order of these abilities doesn't matter because it's just H-CET. That. And this is where Status Chance dicks us. There's our Radiation. And I think I saw a Viral on him. Yep, there we are. Rad Viral. 1 mod, Rad Viral. Obviously, you want to be using all your mod slots and weapons if you can. But for getting the damage types we want, that's all we needed. Rad Viral right there. And Rav Viral is actually surprisingly good against certain Grenadier units, by the way. Don't know if it's great against these ones, but he died anyway, so who cares? Also, I love having Arcane Consequence. The bullet jumps are so nice. Mythic Spirit saying, if the progenitor element is a combined element, it doesn't interact with H-CET. Correct. Combined elements do not interact with H-CET at all. So let's grab... Yes, the real upcake. I added just an electric mod. So if I grab my new core real quick, my new core here has a magnetic progenitor bonus, and it has radiation as its standard damage type. I'll just bring up a mod slot. Let's just destroy this. No one needs that. Yep. And bring out our H-CET again. Just wiping this out. Sorry guys, sorry about that. I hit the end key, didn't I? Whoops. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've got my emergency mute button is the end key. Because the only way I can remember where I put emergency mute is end it. Sorry about that. We're back, my bad. If I could find a way to get it to trigger on screen, I've muted, not you guys, I would. But unfortunately, I'm not smart enough to figure that out just yet. Sorry about that. I've just annoyed, what, 86 people at once. My bad. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Let's get this lethal momentum off here as well. Just whilst we're at it. That was clearly from the auto modding. So yeah, we've got radiation magnetic on here. Someone give me a combined status that isn't radiation or magnetic. Someone pick one. I'm going to take it from chat here just to make it more interesting. Viral, okay. Evie's chosen viral. So the challenge is, we're going to apply viral to this Kuvanu core, but we're only going to do it with one mod. That's easy enough, isn't it? If I just go toxin, pathogen rounds right there. There we are. Yep, that looks like viral to me. Let's do it. That looked like viral. Yep, there we go. Viral. Straight away. So now we have 3 combination elements at once. We've got radiation, viral, and magnetic. The magnetic is being shy. There it is. That's true, Rainuva. That is true. Yes, a perfect being would not allow there to be a problem. If they wanted to demonstrate they were perfect. You're very right. Or perhaps this is how I demonstrate my planning ahead. I demonstrated it is there to be used. Maybe I used it as a talking point, ironically enough. So with this, that is how we could get viral on there, but we can actually take this further. Radiation and magnetic, they both use the electricity type. I'm going to use electricity again here. So I'm going to bring out the electric in Jolt. And Pistol Pestilence. So now we have Radiation, Magnetic, Corrosive. Okay, and looking at this, guys. What other combination element do you think I can now add to this weapon? I've already got Radiation, I've already got Magnetic, I've already got Corrosive. The remaining ones that we've got there, let me see. We are missing Viral, we are missing Blast, and we are missing... What's the other one? Rain, please work. Gas. Yeah. So which one do you think we can add on now? Can we add on Viral? Can we add on Gas? Or can we add on Blast? Viral, Gas, or Blast? What do you think it's going to be, guys? What can we add into this weapon still? Viral, Gas, or Blast? Or am I lying and we can't add any more? We can add Gas? Are you sure about that, Cratch? Because I see a Toxin mod right there. Very good, Prime Deployment. Absolutely. And to Softball, Brian, Beard of Power, you're right as well. So if we go for heat and cold, and I can add them in with mods, or I can add them in with Gauss, we can add on blast, and then we are at our hard limit. And for demonstration purposes, in fact, I'm just going to use the 6060 mods to do exactly that. We don't even need to use Gauss for this one. Pop, pop. We now have blast, radiation, magnetic, corrosive, all on the same weapon. 4 combination damage types on the same weapon. It almost looks like I've broken the game at that point, to be quite honest, and in a sense, kinda? I don't think this was ever designed with this in mind happening, but here we are. A weapon with radiation, magnetic, innate, with corrosive blast modded in, and yeah, 170% status chance. That is a bit juicy, isn't it? Let's get some more status, why not? Let's get sure shot, yep, there we go, and, oh, let's get some slash in. Yeah. Go do Profit Taker with that? Oh, this is terrible for Profit Taker. This is very bad for Profit Taker. Does status chance above 100% do anything? Yes! It actually increases the chance of the status happening to the point where more than one status happens. So with 245% status, I am guaranteed 2 status effects per shot, and I have a 45% chance of a 3rd status effect with every shot. Let's go do that. I'm just going to fire a single shot, and you'll see 2 or 3 status happen. If it connects. Yep, there we are. We got 2 corrosives. Over here, 2 blast. Over here, 2 corrosives. 2 corrosive, blast corrosive, radiation corrosive. Easy peasy. Single bit of ammunition fired. We got 2 status effects. In fact, we got 2 every single time. We got a bit unlucky there. Yeah, with the new core, if you want to be using it for damage dealing purposes, you really want to be getting yourself some absolute critical chance, which Arcane Avenger does a very good job of. Arcane Avenger is a great way of upgrading the new core, because you just slap 45% added directly to this, so it just becomes 52% crit chance with no mod installed. It's insane. That's just bonkers. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is the long and short of H-CET. We've gone through the full details there. I'm going to be recovering this in as brief and yet informative as I can in the upcoming video. I'm going to be doing an infographic about it as well, so you can just have that saved for your own reference as and when you want to have a look at that. That's all going to be coming up in the next video. That's, of all the ways we've been looking into damage types over the years, ever since we got these Tenet weapons coming out, throwing into question how progenitor bonuses were working, it turns out it's all simple. Everything just exists in that H-CET on a 3rd invisible line. Very, very simple way of looking at it all. Caesar, I just see you've redeemed the Platinum giveaway there. I wanted to ask, has that come through for you from the last batch? Because I remember you contacting me saying it hadn't come through. Every now and then things do go wrong, so has that actually worked out now for you, Caesar? Nice animation? It is pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. Gauss has some pretty nice animations, which, funnily enough, I covered in a previous video. Unmissable frame animations for your Fashion Frame endgame. Check it out on YouTube. Snowblaze, cheers. Yeah, I'm going to be covering this again in the upcoming video, so if you have missed any of the details, or if you just want a refresher on it, you can of course rewatch the stream at your leisure. If you do ! Replays, you'll see the replays from previous streams. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to be covering this in a smaller video as well. Where do you farm, Speed Boy? That is from, I believe it's Kappa on Sedna. No Kappas here, that's where you actually get it from, Kappa. Awesome, Caesar, glad to hear that for you, my dude. Alrighty then, so now let's think about actually building this. This is the build that I've gotten to so far for him. So this is a focus on thermal transfer only, and pretty much just for himself. You can see the radius on this is pathetic. A 4-meter radius is no radius at all. It's pretty bad. Snowblaze saying, hey Kenjinit, love your vids, first time tuning into your stream. Well, welcome my dude. Glad you've been enjoying the videos. Welcome to the stream proper. I hope you enjoy it just as much. So with the radius there, 4 meters, it's pretty bad. If your teammates aren't thinking about what's going on there, they're not even going to notice it. It's just this faint, shimmery little looking dome. It's like a snow globe with the opacity turned down. You're barely going to notice it. But if you walk through it, that is a huge and long-lasting buff. 134% extra damage and a 67.95 second duration. It's not quite 69 seconds, so it's not the nicest I could have got it, but you know, we're just going to have to deal with that one. I can't eke out any extra duration on this without starting to break things in ways I really don't want to break them. I could look to former up this, but I'm also trying to keep the number of former down on this build. I don't want to over former this setup because I want it to just work, you know? I want it to just work. This is what I've got so far as a more selfish build, just focusing on that thermal transfer, and you can apply this to pretty much any build. There's a new Nama mod that gives duration. I'll have to get that at some point, yeah. I've been putting off the Nama mods. I've been focusing on other things, to be honest. They just looked a bit, to be honest. What Siren build do I recommend for medium high level stuff? What's my go-to build? What's my go-to real quickly? Let's see, I don't know if I even needed a range on there. I think I was experimenting with range. Let me take that off there. What can we have here instead for 9 drain? Does this build not have a flow on it? Now then, perfect. Yeah. This is what I'd go for. This is just a basic go-to build. So we've got a little bit of survivability and vitality. We enhanced that with Arcane Grace. Not necessary, but I highly recommend it. Same with Arcane Energize here. Not necessary, but I really recommend it. Overall then, we've got a decent mix of stats here. So we've got our range, efficiency, and duration all into good spots. The range being really high means that Spores is spreading like crazy. It means that Miasma is spreading like crazy. They're doing some good bits and pieces. The strength doesn't need to be that hard. We don't want it to be too high because otherwise Spores then starts to struggle to spread properly. It kills things too quickly. So this will overall give you a decent amount of survival. Just as a matter of fact, the aura doesn't matter. I've got the aura on health and armor because that was actually supporting my companion in staying alive. But you don't need to be doing that, and you can pick up another aura as you pretty much please. If you haven't got Prime Sure-Footed, that's fine. You can skip over that one, put something else if you're to your heart's desire in there. Maybe you just want to go for normal Sure-Footed. Who knows? Overall, that will do a good job of just your everyday Siren build. It's not optimal for anything in particular. It's just pretty decent to everything in particular. You've got some status clearing if you really need it. If you need more healing, well, Glaive Prime is pretty damn overpowered, so hey, you can use that for healing purposes too. You've still got your ability to add toxin damage, you've still got your ability to start stripping arm with corrosive, you've still got your ability to apply viral. It works. I'm sorry to hear that, Zom. I am sorry to hear that. Am I gated with this? No. So the idea with this is you are just generally handling stuff so quickly you don't even need to. That's the general idea there. In terms of shield gating, however, you do still have Augur Secrets available to you, so that's going to give you some level of shield gating when you cast Mop, for example. If you want to go full out on the shield gating, you can of course switch on over to the Brief Respite Aura, but just be aware that that's going to massively drop the amount of power you have on the build, as it were. So for example, let me see, what could I do to make that fit? Obviously we're dropping that. I think, yeah, that's only going to go to a 5, isn't it? So we lose 9 here. I think I have a downranked flow. I do. If I do that and then Brief Respite, that might fit. So yeah, for a 1 former, Brief Respite version of the same, you lose your Prime Sure-Footed, but you can do that. 1 former, it still fits. And obviously, if you pop in a former or 2, in fact you'll need 2 of them, you can upgrade to get your Prime Sure-Footed back. But that'll get you a decent amount of the way forwards, as it were. And that'll give you 150 plus 40, 190% energy to shield conversion. So your Malt, for example, at 35 energy, will give you 66.5 shields. You're nearly at the point where you'd fully restore shields if you had the Dragon Key on. I think you might want to remove the Streamline as well if you're going for that. But honestly, just keeping yourself alive through mobility and just killing quickly will do you better overall, to be honest. Saren focuses pretty much on just murder, murder, murder. Which is why I've gone for the murder, murder, murder approach mods. They work. They really do. But that's Saren aside. Looking at Gauss again. So I say, this is what I've gone with so far. No, this isn't it. This is my standard build. This is what I've gone with so far. Now, in terms of defenses, I have just gone for Adaptation Rolling Guard. I feel like having the two of those together is potentially overkill outside of the Steel Path, but in the Steel Path, this can come in quite handy, especially if you get some Toxin coming at you. Rolling Guard can give you that breathing room to get yourself back into place. Same if, say, Kinetic Plating runs out, or Red Line runs out at a time you really, really don't want it to. That allows you to get back in on it. For this build, I strongly recommend against using any kind of helmet ability. Macrush is brilliant at building up your battery in a flash. You use Macrush, you just tap, tap, tap it, and you're almost at full battery straight away. Seriously. Tap, 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 tap. There we are. We're all the way up to that red line already. Very cheap to cast. Pretty safe to cast because you just weave between enemies, and your battery just shoots right up. Now, yeah, sure, you can cast Thermal Sunder if I... Best way to reset myself. Let's just grab another weapon, I'll reset myself. If we tap cast this a few times, we can build up the battery there, but it costs a lot more, and it is a lot slower game. So that's why I'm not spamming that to gain the battery. I recommend just keeping the Macrush. It allows you to just be doing whatever you're doing. Macrush, get to reposition, quickly tap yourself up. It's a good survivability tactic. You don't want to take off kinetic plating because that is a huge defensive ability. If you take it off, you are an idiot. And likewise, Red Line, if you're taking this off, you do not understand what Gauss is good for. You know? I mean, just look at this. Just look at this. If we make sure we've got our battery up nice and full. I mean, do you want to be taking this off? I don't want to be taking that off. You know? That reload speed as well? you don't want to be removing that. That would be ridiculous. So yeah, you don't remove red line. You don't remove kinetic plating. If we're using thermal sunder, then obviously we've got nothing to remove. What's that fire rate? That fire rate is Gauss. That's what that fire rate is. Gauss. In a nutshell. I mean, look at that. It's one constant explosion on the wall. I love it. That's the fire rate without the buff. Because I also have this modded for fire rates. You know, some people will experience their Malzalon in a much more pathetic manner. This is the Malzalon that people are more likely to be used to. If I just reactivate that. Without fire rate mods, this is what people normally see. They're like, oh yeah, ducka, 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 ducka. That's a pretty fast firing weapon, isn't it? Oh, that's pathetic. That is pathetic. You compare that to what we've just had. It's night and day. Also, you can cast that whilst you're casting your 4 as well, so you can do the 2 at the same time. And now... much better. You see, it's very, very easy to keep the battery level up with those quick dashes. Even if you're taking fire. He's a wonderful frame. Gauss is a very, 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 very powerful frame. I highly recommend him. I mean, just look what he does to the... what's it, Tenet Envoy, if I just grab that real quickly. I've gone off topic again here, but I just love talking about this stuff, because I just love insane blappage. Let's get ourselves up to that red line. There we go. Fire rate on the Tenet Envoy. Yeah, that's pretty fast firing, isn't it? How do you get that gun deployer? So that you get by making your way through the, what's it called? Solaris United, get to rank 5, and get to the point where you are fighting Profit Taker. That's how you unlock that. You go through the missions after rank 5 of fighting Profit Taker, you unlock the ability to bring down your arc gun. I'm just holding down the fire button and we just get rockets. Just rockets. Here they come. And this is on a weapon which is supposedly semi-automatic. Semi-trigger weapons fire 1 shot per press of the trigger. Something tells me that's not correct, you know? Something tells me 1 shot per click of the trigger. No, that's not correct. I'm just holding down the button. No. This is an automatic launcher. Bugsby buggy? Yup. There we go. That's definitely automatic. I'm not trolling. I'm not... Okay. You want to be like that then? Fine. Let me just aim this here. Mouse on the camera. Click. Thank you. The only time I have sent you guys astray, the only time, is when I did the crucial quality life tips. I was like, oh yeah, this is how you get red crits. The number of people who seem to think that is absolutely true. Like, come on. I'm clearly being facetious there. You can get red crits normally, you cretins. Get good. I must be using 2 mice. Except, sorry, that's not what Oven Cake said. He said, guys, he must be using 2 mouse. Who are you going to listen to? Engineer, solve for practical problems? Or an Oven Cake that doesn't even know what a plural is? Maneuver. It's called an obvious joke. And if people are too daft to realise it is an obvious joke, there's no saving them. There's really no saving them. They're still called computer mice, Evie, and you know that. They are still called computer mice. A nice try, but you're also wrong. Trying to defend the wrong, and that's just even wronger. Yes, that was intentional. So, now let's have a look at another way we can do thermal transfer, because what I want to do is see if I can use this augment whilst also having thermal sunder at a decent range. But this is where I'm at so far on that one. This is a build I'm not as sure about. So far I've got Prime Flow. I feel like that is necessary to make sure I've got plenty of energy for spamming out these casts. I've got loads of efficiency at the same time. I've kept the duration in the middle spots. Got the range going pretty nicely, got the strength going pretty nicely, but I'm not sure if this is really necessary in terms of efficiency. The idea is being able to spam this and also having a huge amount of energy to call upon. I'm wondering if fleeting expertise is perhaps overcooking this. I wonder if I am actually just overcooking it. That was the idea, Penguin. It was a quality of life feature disguised as a joke, disguised as a quality of life feature. Shit's got layers to it. But yeah, because if I take this off here, I get all that duration back, you know, that's a pretty hefty amount of duration, which buffs up the other abilities on Gauss. They pretty much all key off of duration. And can I get more duration on that slot? I can with Constitution. Does it fit? It does. There is that. I don't need the knockdown recovery because, you know, kinetic plating. It's there. It's there. Alternatively, this hasn't got an Auger mod on it at the moment, so I could go for that. Ever so slightly lower duration, but then I get the Auger bonus, which could come in handy. That could come in handy, especially with Gauss's passive as well. So with this, we lose a lot of that efficiency. Instead of being 12.5 to cast, this is 35 to cast. That is quite a difference. There's no two roads about it. That is quite a difference. But the duration goes up from... It was going to be a little bit over 30 seconds to 53.7 for the thermal transfer duration here. Which is a pretty decent duration, I'd say. And we still get the various benefits on the rest of this. We get about a minute on these. In fact, all three of these have the same duration. Is his dash bounce duration? When you say his dash, this one. The drain per second is. The base drain isn't. The radius isn't. The explosion radius isn't. The explosion damage isn't. So it's just the drain per second. He uses his duration there. Is the extra energy cost being balanced out? Well, yes and no. The extra energy cost, with the extra duration there, we've gained 74% duration, but we are spending more than 74% extra energy. So it doesn't balance out in that side exactly. And secondly, there is also the idea of casting this repeatedly where the damage is coming from it. We're using the damage and crowd control rather than just the pure thermal transfer buff. So this is working those two bits in together here. So despite the duration... Yeah, the duration doesn't offset the increased energy cost here, but it does mean that red line is more effective, because... let's see. Yeah, if I drop off these two a moment, just to drop the duration back down to 100, you can see we have a fire rate of 1575, attack speed 840, reload 10 to 50, holster 20 to 100. So 75, 40, 50, 100. Then if we add those mods back on again, this one and that one, you can see that on Redline, for some reason it keys off of duration for the strength. Duration buffs up the fire rate, attack speed, reload speed, holster speed. Gauss is a duration Warframe. Mad. Hey, that's pretty lucky, Open Cake. Fair dude. Just like I'm going to say, oh shit, didn't realise I'd be learning this morning. Here we go. Hey, you come to Kenchdir, expect to learn, you know? I'm not one of these people who just sits here playing games like, yep, look at me, I'm so good, deal with it. No. As much as I like to do that, I do have to actually give you guys some reason to be here. And that's not just, you know, buttering up my ego. Of course I'm going to be teaching you stuff. I solve practical problems and then I share it with y'all. Yeah, Gauss is a duration-based frame, especially his red line. His other abilities, minimal use of it, moderate use of duration, high use of duration, and then this one is absolutely critically duration. Yeah. Would I be up to myth busting? I'll take a pass on that right over. Reason being on that is myth busting usually falls into one of two categories. Either the blindingly obvious, like, holy shit, who is telling you these stupid lies? Or, here is something so ridiculously impossible to test that it's going to take 2 hours and frame by frame footage checking. Like, for example, I'm going, oh, well, you see, I had this suspicion that when you use the Comac and you mod in this particular way, that the number of hits that you get is actually one fewer than what the game actually says per hour. Who the fuck is going to notice? You know? Is there a way to get mat crash and thermal transfer with around 200% duration? Probably. It's more a question as to what you're throwing away, because here we've got 200% duration, more than, and I've got two mods here which aren't adding to that duration. So you could absolutely throw out one of these and then get that in. If anything, I would recommend dropping the adaptation. Adaptation I'm using there to really augment the defensive ability of kinetic plating, but it's not necessary. So if you're going to drop any of them, you could drop that one. You drop that, you can put in your augment, and actually you'll have a little bit of capacity left to spare at that point, so go crazy. You want to spam as option for making me use that voice? Oh dear, I cannot honestly say I can replicate a voice on demand to the same style I've done it before. That's part and parcel of the problem. I can do silly voices, Send a voice till the cows come home. It's part of what makes a good dungeon master when it comes to DMing Dungeons and Dragons. I've done a fair amount of that as well. But to have a particular voice on demand, silly voice during Among Us Fridays would be great. I think my fellow players would get tired of it very quickly. There's only so far I can pull off various different voices before you just want to punch me in the face. And let's be honest, I would rather not have people punching me in the face. Evie's already tired of it, there you go, yeah. Oh dear. I'll stab you again later, Evie, it's fine. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking this hits most of the middle ground. This hits most of the middle ground. I'm keeping that red line focus whilst being able to use the rest of his kit, as it were. If I were ignoring red line, then I could definitely drop down the duration and use the efficiency to make it up. But red line is such a powerful ability, why the hell would you do that to yourself, you know? 134% fire rate, 72% attack speed, 90% reload speed. Why the hell would you throw this away? Not to mention the added benefits it adds to these ones, like allowing kinetic plating to get to 100%, like allowing thermal thunder to do even more damage, and to do armor strip. You know? Why would I weaken these just to not have to build a little bit of duration in? So, yeah. I think in terms of general build approach, this has gone in the right direction. Now, I have got 8 capacity to work with here, and I have this, as yet, not unlocked Excellence slot. How do I do something good with that? I mean, first what I could do is I could say thank you very much to Bearded Power for subscribing with their Prime. Welcome, Bearded Power, to the channel. Oh. Cheers, my dude. That was the last sip of the tea. To say thank you on that one there. So enjoy your lovely new blue badge, enjoy your emotes, and of course, if you are on the Discord as well, make sure you connect your Twitch and Discord account, and you'll be able to get access to the supporter T-Lounge as well whilst you're at it. Swap Auger Message with Stretch, have 9 points for Excellence. My man, Leos Klein, good spot right there. Very well spotted, good shout. Alright, now I do have a little bit more to play with here. I don't know how much more that really means to me, but I do have that to play with. On other frames, you might want to form that to a depolarity for Prime Sure-Footed, but we don't need to do that here because we've got kinetic plating. It is Prime Sure-Footed and more, so we don't need to do that. Thermal Thunder can armor strip? Yeah, it's part of the ability on Gauss. It doesn't work on other frames, is my understanding, but it does armor strip on Gauss. Here, let's demonstrate, why not? Why not? Bubbly bubbly bub. So, if we head on over to all these enemies, I'm going to go for heat, and then cold, and you'll notice it collects them up, but they're still armoured. Like, oh, well that was pretty shit. You know? Like, surely we could do more than that. More than that, right? Cold, heat. Nope. Their armour's still there, but now we're going to sort this out. And now you see, I've killed them. That's how hard I just sapped them. I actually just killed them. Let's bring back some boys, shall we? Here we go. Cold, heat. Shit, that's how hard I'm stripping their armor. It's not 100% stripped because I'm not at the top of my battery level, and it's still enough to kill them. It's still enough to kill them. Heat, cold, total armor strip and death. Yeah. Whoops. You think it works with Subsume? No, if I understand correctly, it is part of Redline that's doing it. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a Redline thing. Does it want to tell us on here, or do I have to go to the wiki? There we go. Thermal Thunder gains additional properties when Redline is active. Cold freezes enemies solid, or what it actually means is cold will freeze enemies solid straight away, rather than requiring cold proc first. Heat does additional damage. It just scales madly. And Blast will strip armor. So that is a Redline thing. If you are using just Thermal Thunder, you do not get the armor strip. But if you are using Redline, you get the armor strip on Thermal Thunder as well. Yeah, let me see if I can bring in some enemies which are a little bit stronger. To maybe survive long enough for demonstration purposes. That would help. Activate that. Get ourselves the battery. Pop out the heat. Up in the cold. And black. Come on, give us a total strip. I know you can do it. That's one downside of having to... There it is. There's a total armor strip. Just had to get myself right on that 100% line. You can't do that with other frames, at least not with Thermal Sunder. And even if you don't get total armor strip, you can still strip most of their armor. And it'll do wonders. So I can just fire at the feet of this level 180 Nox. Who cares about the headshot? Fire at the feet. He's dead. How about you, mate? You want to die? Yeah, you do. Status spreading. Kuvanuka. He's surviving a bit longer than I expected, to be honest. I know this is just a status spreader, but come on. Harassing me in front of the wizards. Fine, we'll just stack Thermal Sunder. That'll cook him. Yeah, he's dead. Isn't 99% strip better than 100% strip? Depends. Are you using a damage type specifically attuned to take down that armor? If so, yes. If not, no. Can we get a video on these Gauss builds? You absolutely can. That is actually my intent, Up and Cake. We are doing the research. You guys are getting a sneak peek at the research into what's going into the next video coming up on the YouTube channel. You guys are getting to see all the action as it happens, you know? So, with that build there, I think we found a sweet spot. You know, we got a bit of efficiency, we got the duration, got the range, got the strength. I think we got a sweet spot. Where Thermal Sunder works, thermal transfer, red line, everything else also all applies. We're not sacrificing any part of this build, and instead we are getting the full effect of the whole build. Auras, I don't really care for auras. Do what you do with auras, they don't really matter that much. They really don't. In fact, Enemy Raider is perhaps one of the best auras out there. Now, let's see, it's that extra slot. I'm still, look at this again. I'm looking at the dash polarities because if it's an 8 dash, I mean, we could go for the sprint speed, you know? Alternatively, what else would I put in there? What polarity would I mod it to? I could go range, but is that 15% worth it? I think it might be worth it, but at the same time, is it worth it? Preparation? No, you don't need preparation on this build. First of all, I'd have to form that. Secondly, you don't need a lot of energy to get this started. You can pick up a lot of energy pretty quickly. This generates energy on Gauss. Kinetic plating generates energy because when you take damage, it turns that into energy. At least if you take resisted damage. Vigilante Pursuit, then you don't need the radar. Or you could go both, you know. Like, what would we put here instead? Another dash polarity. Energy Siphon is trash, don't do it. Corrosive Projection, 18% armor. I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing. Not much of a thing, but it's a thing. Loot Detector, I mean, really now? No. If you've got a companion, you don't need this. So, no. Mecha Empowered, I don't use the Mecha set, so no. Could go Rush for the memes? I could. I could go Sprint Boost for the memes. Speed Holster, I mean, really now? Especially with the bonus we're already getting from this of 179%, this is just no. Swift Momentum? Not really, nah. I'll take a pass on that one. We don't really need that because it also means forming that polarity. Well, it doesn't mean forming it, actually, no, because we got so much spare capacity. If we abandon the Exo slot, we could put a different aura here. Like, for example, Brief Respite. We could absolutely go Brief Respite on that spot. I think it's a pretty terrible idea, overall. I mean, how much are we going to get from that? We've got one Auger mod, so we've got 190%, nearly double the energy cost. So this, for example, would give us around about 20 energy per cast. 20 shield per cast. We got 450 shields. That's not really doing a lot. I feel like Brief Respite's probably barking up the wrong tree. This, for example, our other spamming ability, it's going to give us about 70 shields per cast with this. Not even 70. It'll give us what's that going to be? 63 shield per cast. Yeah, as this game is pointing out, the passive is already there as well. So we go into the abilities. Passive, shields recharge up to 120% faster, with recharge delay up to 80% shorter based on battery. So we don't need to be using respite. We really don't need it. Physique, maximum health. Well, I suppose we could get 90 health on him. Yay! That always annoyed me as a new player. It's like, oh, look at that, 90% health, nearly double. Hell yeah! Oh. Oh, it's additive to this over here. Oh, thanks, game. Yeah, that's what it means by 90%. Right. Bastards. Toxin resistance? Oh, come off it. Come off it. What? It's 2.5% without a pip on there. What's it going to be? What, 15% total? 15%? That's what we got adaptation for. 2 ticks of this is worth more than that. Do you need shield gating anyways? No, you don't need shield gating here. Kinetic plating should be covering you for defense pretty much entirely. Shield gating, not a sensible idea on that one. So really, there's not a lot that's necessary. You could go for Shepherd if you just want to give your companion a little bit of a buff. It's not huge, but it's also not nothing. You could do something to help out your companion there. If you wanted, you could go for Steel Charge, although really, you don't need it. Power Donation. Do you want to throw away your strength? You can on this build. You can afford to go up some of that strength, and your build will still be pretty fine. You lose some of your thermal transfer power, and you start wondering, why am I using the Umbral Pod if you're doing that? So, yeah. Prime Sure-Footed Eevee. Eevee. This is a build, a Warframe that has a built-in Prime Sure-Footed. Why the fuck would you spend a former to put Prime Sure-Footed on here? No. Come on. We talked about this earlier. Yeah, Power Donation, probably not the smartest idea. Most aura options, I look at them and I'm just like, but really? I mean, really now? Growing Power? You could get the extra strength there, but all that extra strength is really going to be buffing his Thermal Sunder, because we're not really using strength on the rest here. All of our strength is just to make our Thermal Sunder actually more powerful, which it could work out with. It could work out. I feel like Sprint Boost is just a meme at this point, Quintus. It really is a meme. Even on Gauss, it's a meme. You know? We go from 1.75 to 1.96. Well, hey. That's a meme, really, isn't it? I think Growing Power might actually be the right answer here. We can skip this slot at the cost of that 15% range we could have theoretically got there. In exchange, we can get that extra 25% strength, and pretty commonly too. Otherwise, yeah, the enemy radar is the one I'd say to go for. Radar or Growing Power, and if you go Radar, that allows you to put a mod into here. For example, Cunning Drift, we'd need to form on this slot for that to fit though. Or, if you wanted to be really silly, you could still go for Rush. And Rush is going to be more powerful than Sprint Boost anyway. There we are. Look at that. That's what we get from Rush, for example. If you want to be really, really silly, you can go for Master Thief, and now you can open up some lockers. Hey! You can use that in Sanctuary Onslaught to go and get yourself the occasional Ayatan star. Why is this only 40%? For a 13 drain mod, why is it only 40%? This just makes me sad to look at. Although I have genuinely equipped it when going into Sanctuary Onslaught before now, just on the hopes I could get an Ayatan star and confuse the ever-loving fuck out of other people playing. They'll be like, where the fuck did you get that from? How? What? So yeah. Did they just copy the companion mod? I think they did, yeah. And the companion mod is still useless because you have to wait for your companion to actually get around and do it, you know? I'd much rather have a companion that's actually doing something useful for me. That mod is best in slot for when you do a Riven, don't kill enemies in a survival. Oh, come on. For that, you just go Ivara. Get good. But yeah. Very true, Cake. Master Thief doesn't stack with the companion mod. Master Thief just disables the locker. If you try to open the locker and it fails, tough titties. No one can open it now. It's locked forever. Like, I've got a string-powered rocket launcher. You know, string-powered grenade launcher. I've got a rocket launcher which fires on automatic, even though the Corpus think it fires on semi. I have a glaive, which isn't a glaive, it's a chakram, which when I throw it explodes with the force of 1,000,000 suns. Why the hell can I not open a locker more than 40% of the time? What is this? I laugh, but at the same time I'm still a little bit like, come on, I want more loot, don't do this to me. If I'm going to take the time to actually try and open up a closed locker, at least let me have it. Come on. You find it useful when you need to find a resource cache for Neptune Junction? I mean, alright. I don't see how that works, but okay. Does Master Thief didn't make those lockers? It's no good. But yeah, with this dash slot, I can go for rush, I can go for enemy sense. Check it. I'm going for the memes. Full enemy radar. 30-30. Plus my companion. How much my companion giving me? It is giving me 33. So I've got 93 meter enemy radar. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. That seems reasonable to me. How are we thinking then, guys? In terms of the actual builds, memes aside. Can I fit anything into here now? No, I can't. Oh, without downgrading Rolling Guard. I could downgrade Rolling Guard? If I downgrade you, I've got max 9 Drain Exilus. What can I fit? I can fit Thief's Wit. These are 9. I've got max 8. Oop. That's no good. Oh well, whatever. I like having the extra defense here. You know, if you're going to be getting into the thick of it to use a thermal transfer, I like having that extra bit of defense. We've got adaptation for handling the damage types that kinetic plating isn't really handling at the time. We've got rolling guard for if shit really hits the fan. Just for a couple of seconds, grace period to get to where you need to be. Loot detector really should not be the aura there. That was the one we messed around with, wasn't it? There we go. I like to know where the enemies are. Allows me to black better. I'm thinking between these two builds, we're pretty much hitting it there. Downgrade adaptation. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any more adaptation, I don't think. No, that's my only adaptation mod. And even then, I wouldn't need to downgrade it or want to downgrade it. It's already 2 pips down. Taking it any lower than that, we start to lose more functionality than I'd be happy with on it. 2 pips down is fine. More than 2 pips down, it starts to get a bit weak. Certainly for the drain that it's costing us. So I think this probably needs another former to get the full out of this. But at the same time, without forming this, the only thing we're putting in there is something like Rush or Vigilante Pursuit anyway. So the only other thing I can think of here is putting former in this slot and this slot. Because I think we got... Oh wait, no, we ain't got V-Polarity there. Which polarity keeps showing itself? Okay, I've got a dash. I haven't got a spare dash on this build either. Well, that's no good. The unformed slots here, we've got DD scratch V. But over here, we've got DD dash V. And over here, we've got scratch dash umbral dash. I could swap this out for V. I could swap it out for the normal intensify. So I could do that. I lose a bit of strength there, but then I gain the V polarity, which means I can then form this build. If I do that, yeah, I've got V polarity on all 3 builds on the ends there, so I could form that to V polarity now. But this does mean that I've dropped down a little bit that strength there. For better or for worse, it does mean I've dropped that down. But if I do go this route, what I can do is form of this. So that will take off 5. This would allow me to... It'll still be 5 because I'll be swapping it over to Cunning Drift. I'd gain that extra bit of range. So with 5 taken off, I would have 14 spare capacity. I could swap this easily down to the... what do you call it? What's that? Oh, it's that. I could swap it down to Growing Power. We'd gain back the strength and more that way. At the cost of, you know, all enemy radar, but whatever. So yeah. Hello, Friendly Catlick, how you doing today? Is primed adaptation a thing? It is not, no. And for good reason, like, where would Prime go from this one? This is pretty crazy already. You subsumed Gauss's thermal ability off. Well, I mean, that's the right one to take off. That is the right one to take off, because I've done that as well. As I mentioned earlier, Macrush is great for getting your battery up. This is just an S-class ability. You do not get rid of that. This is also an incredible ability. I think on its own, I'd probably only put it A tier, but, you know, with the interaction it has on kinetic plating, that makes it S tier. These two together, you do not mess with them, and this is just so nice to use for buffing these two. So, Gauss's subsume ability slot is his third one. It does mean you lose Thermal Sunder, but you can lose it for something that helps you out in other ways. Like, for example, improving your status damage, like Raw. Looking over at these two, I think with 2 formers, we can probably get to our best spot, can't we? Could also Aura Former for Growing Power? That's a thought, but like, if I Aura Former this... If I Aura Former this, I can then still put the Cunning Drift there, but on this build, I still can't put Cunning Drift there, whereas with the Former here, I would gain back 7 capacity. That brings us up to 9. And then I can Former this here. So I don't need to use an Aura Former, whereas I can just use 2 Former and get all of these builds working. And I think that is the solution to this. Is Thermal Sunder not as great as a subsume ability as it's cracked up to be? Actually working on Gauss right now to subsume. So Thermal Sunder as a subsume ability is strong. It's not as strong as it is on Gauss. On Gauss here, you can do a lot more with it because of the interaction with Redline and the fact you can get to maximum battery. But even as a subsume ability, it is pretty strong. With the new augment, it's gotten even stronger. So I would say that Thermal Sunder is still a very good ability to be going for your subsume. It opens up a number of options which just aren't available on other frames. I would recommend going for it. But yeah, you can regular form aura slots. I know you can do that EV, but at that point, we're mostly just forming for capacity, aren't we? Let's see, if I regular form here, yeah, if I regular form it on this build, for example, I could switch over to Growing Power, but then, first of all, I've lost the flexibility of using, say, enemy radar. Second of all, I still can't use this slot. I would have to form a here and here to put on Cunning Drift still. So putting a former here doesn't actually help out. On this build, it's okay, but this build is a lot less draining. On this build, nah, doesn't work. So the ones we're min-maxing here, Friendly Calic, are thermal transfer builds. This one is a thermal transfer focus build, so this is a build that doesn't want to use Thermal Sunder for damage, just for the transfer. This one wants to use the full kit. That includes using Thermal Sunder. I think I'm satisfied with this decision, though. If we take this off, I'm going to former this, level it up, former this. I think that is the right way to take this. Let's do it. I'm decided. That's the way I'm taking it. 2 more former into Gauss. He can take it. Let's do this. Alright, let's get him leveled up real quickly, guys. Let's get him leveled up real quickly. And have I got... Oh, I haven't got an Affinity Booster. Of course I haven't got an Affinity Booster. Alright. Let's just fix that real quickly. I didn't go trading for nothing earlier today. There we go. 40 platinum. Do it. There we are. And whilst I'm at it, let's head into... I'm going to go to Orcus Relay. Why not? It's right in front of me. Let's just go here. Let's go to Orcus Relay. Few rounds of disruption sounds like a good way to get affinity. I've got an alternative idea. I've got an alternative one. Let's just head our way through here. There we go. Do the thing that MR30s love to be able to do, and that is just give me even more affinity. Ba-boom! Don't know if anyone else is here, but they got the blessing. I don't think anyone else is here, are they? Oh, damn. Does it stack? It does indeed. So I've now got the affinity blessing, 25% more, and this for double. So I've got 2.5 times normal affinity. 2.5 times. I've genuinely expected someone to actually be there, so whoops. Oh well. Not intended. We'll just go with it. It's fine. I got another one for the next stream. So that is on the right build. Good, good, good. Let's set this to the standard build because we don't need thermal transfer right this second. Not for what I'm going to be doing. I'll keep you on, but let's amend you to my standard build. There we go. Radiation, magnetic, viral. Yeah, that looks good. That's already in the right place. Let's give you your correct weapon. And let's level up this Gauss. Alright guys, how many minutes do you think it's going to take me? How many minutes do you think it's going to take me to level him up? All the way to max. Solo, of course. How many minutes? 420? 5? Well, that's quite a variance. Let's see how long it takes.
Must be practiced to truly master.
Let's get some energy cracking.
War.
You got any energy? No. Okay.
I have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
And we got the good room. Let's do a quick reload. Gonna do those dashes now. I've got the energy. There it is. And this is how we get some kills pretty damn quick. Oh, hey, look, shiny. Thank you. So yeah, you could say this is a pretty effective method of killing things. Just fire rate, the bit rate. Oh yeah, the bit rate is going to be shredded by this. I'm very sorry about that. The bit rate is going to be trash. That's just one of those things we have to live with in this world, isn't it? Anyone at all curious if Gauss can handle the steel path? I hope that this pretty handily answers it for you. Especially when combined with a ridiculously powerful weapon like the Tenet Envoy. He just kind of slaps. Yeah, he just kind of slaps. I'm going to hit them through the floor as well, you know? Let's roar, just give ourselves some more damage. I don't really need it per se, but if anything just slightly tries surviving, that makes sure they go. How are we doing so far? Rank 13. 1.5 minutes, rank 13. I'll take it. Hello, gaming unit. Welcome to the channel. You can see I've got absolutely no ammo concerns either at the moment here. Despite the fact that I am just chucking out rockets, it's killing so damn fast. There is zero ammo concern. And you can see as well the benefit of having that little dash forwards. It's keeping my battery up. At least when I'm not 100% redline. It's allowing me to dash into position to kill the next ones quicker. And all that for a very cheap energy cost. So, all told, it's pretty damn effective. See how we're doing. Rank 15. We can do better. We can do better. We need the enemies to be stacking up some more. Come on. Give me some favourable spawns here. Raw. Yeah, this is pretty ridiculous. I love it. And you see the attack speed also helps, even with throwing the glaive. So you can see this is definitely faster than you're probably used to seeing it thrown. I mean, just look at the rate I can chuck that out there. To even ammo free, I could just be slamming this, but with the envoy just blapping at range, where I don't have to continuously press E in the right order, right pacing, it's just even easier for me. All I have to do is keep an eye on my abilities, make sure they stay up, everything dies. No red crit's not viable? Oh, right, sorry, 1 second. Let me see. Accessibility. Customize HUD colors. Here we go. Critical. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah, sorry about that. My bad, my bad. There we are. That better for you? There we go. There we are, now it's red crit viable. Oh, it's so stupid. There's going to be some people out there thinking, ah, no, fake streamer. Oh dear. Let's get that smooth back down, messed around. Malice! Oh, let's see how long he survives. Oh no. So scary. Oh, whatever. Oops, shit. Okay. Didn't notice. Didn't notice the bubble in the blast there. That's hubris for you. I thought I cast that before he was going to get the bubble. Sorry, hit him before the bubble. Nope. No, he got me. He got me good there. That's 100% on me. Oh, fuck off, Kubelich. Just because I die once. Just because I die once. Fuck off. This is my show. What the hell are you scared of? What is it scared of? Alright, well that cost me a little bit of affinity, so I'm at rank 21, but it's fine, it's fine. Alright guys. Alright, I get it, I get it. I got a magnetizer, didn't pay attention, and my damage type isn't blast. I just kind of tore myself in half. It happens, we've all been there. Well, they have such forgettable names like Malice, Torment, and Violence. How am I supposed to remember which one's going to cast a bubble on me? Are we scared of Kubros? Oh, blithering idiot is scared of Kubros. Ah, that's great. For moments I thought it was a dangerous area. No, this is fine. This is safe. Cursed ground, it says. This isn't hallowed ground. On a lich, it's called cursed ground. Ow. Hey, he's on. You can see the stream now. Nice. You might want to be catching the replays. We've done quite a bit of research today. Or you can just, catch the video that comes out later. I'm going to be condensing it down into a video. I'm pretty sure that Macrush doesn't even interfere with the reload. So it's great for just topping up your battery whilst you are reloading your weapon, which isn't going to take too long anyway, because of redline. The whole kit just works together so well. With the exception of that interesting encounter. I'm on rank 24 now. We've gone past the 5-minute mark, but that's fine. That's about what I expected. Oh, you're shopping for snake stuff, fair dude. Oops. Need to pay attention to kinetic plating there for the knockdown. Now you see, energy is absolutely no concern on this build. Like, not even slightly a concern. Thank you, Vitorial. Alright, how we doing? Rank 25. We're getting there, we're getting there. Nearly got it leveled. Hello, Ryan, saying finally I can see your cool face. Saw many of the videos. Oh, welcome to the Twitch channel, my dude. Welcome, welcome indeed. Currently just leveling up Gauss after we've done a whole bunch of research and testing on it. Just going to get him leveled up. After this, going to do a little bit of item hunting to round off the day, as there are some frame and build requests we've got. We'll be doing that in just a minute. As soon as we get this to level 30. I won't do the second former right now, because I can do that later on. Just demonstrating, yep, he is pretty damn good. You know, he can kill. We all knew it, but this demonstrates it. Your Mastery 8, what gun should you go for? The best primary weapon in the game. Mate, you've just unlocked the single best primary weapon in the game. I am entirely biased and it's not accurate anymore because better ones have been released. But you're going to enjoy it all the same. If you do exclamation mark Fulmin, F-U-L-M-I-N, here on the chat channel, you will see exactly what weapon you should be using and how to use it until you unlock the galvanized mods. Oh, you are going to enjoy yourself with that one, my dude. It is a very, very powerful weapon. It takes some investment, don't get me wrong, it does definitely take some investment. But once you have invested, you'll be glad you did. See, that's more like what should happen. There we go. What kind of frame do I think is underrated? That's a very tough question. Actually, no, it's not. A lot of people still forget that Nyx is absolutely amazing. She's a bit niche, but she is absolutely amazing. So yeah, Nyx. I'd say Nyx is underrated. Rank 29, just a little bit more. Got 20,000 more XP to go. Zephyr's getting rated a lot higher since Zephyr's got multiple buffs. But yeah, Zephyr's still not played as much as they probably deserve. 1,000 more. There it is. Alright, cool. We're good to leave now. Max leveled. Let's go.
The longer you fight, the more successful
10 minutes. Pretty much on the dot. 10 minutes to get us to max rank. I'll take it. We're having to use Sanctuary Onslaught. And we got to blap things in the process, which is always fun. Did I just level up a frame in Steel Path? Yes, I did. I am that extra. From 0 to max rank in Steel Path, 10 minutes of surviving. I am that extra. Still out of tea. I'm insane? Yes, I am insane. I run a gaming channel which is focused on mathematical, analytical approach rather than just, hey, let's enjoy this goddamn game. Of course I'm insane. I am absolutely batshit insane, but I get the right results, don't I? Material, thank you very much for subscribing at Tier 1. Enjoy your lovely new blue badge and the emotes that come along with it. Cheers, my dude. That's to you. Genuinely one of the frames who probably doesn't need a potato? Oh, you could not be much more wrong than that. Every frame needs a potato. If you're not putting in a potato, sure, it might be serviceable, but you're missing out on so much of what a frame can do. You don't stop at merely good. If a frame is insane, you drive that dial up to 11. You get the most out of it you can. Every frame deserves a potato. Loki Prime, good or just overrated? I mean, it depends on who you're asking and what they're saying about it, you know? Ratings aren't universal. Some people will say he's amazing, some people will say yawn. Loki can get a lot of good stuff done. What does potato mean? A potato refers to adding in an orokin catalyst or reactor. And they are so called because they look very, very slightly like potatoes. You know? We hop into the credit offerings over here. These things. They are roughly roundish in shape and otherwise don't really look like much. So they are called potatoes. In the same way that a X-less adapter is called a tomato. Because. I know extremely little programming, Mythic Spirits. The raffle handler program that was made for this channel, that was made by a friend of mine. So it was made for me, for the channel. You never heard the tomato one? Tomatoes are not talked about anywhere near as much as potatoes. For obvious reason, they're nowhere near as useful. But yeah, is a thing. Warframe names are too hard to remember? Oh, speak for yourself. Alright, we've done all of the Gauss research I want to do today. We've smashed through that. We've learned some interesting things. I hope you guys have learned a lot about the H-CET, how that all works out. So now, what I want to be diving in onto is just doing a little bit of ayatan hunting. And to get started on that idea, we are going to be using Wukong as requested 2 hours ago by Snake Raider. It's how it be that sometimes. So, Wukong Prime. I think we know where I'm taking this to get started. So, let's head on over to Mars. Let's go get an ayatan. So I'll say I respect you for being very fair in my commentating about it, or commentating about it, albeit very diplomatic as well. Thank you. Oven Cake saying, can I join you for ayatan hunt? I suppose. Come on in. Come on in. There you are. So I'm going to put on the other former later, Sayed. I know where the other former has to go. It doesn't really make a difference about leveling it right now, because we know exactly what the results are going to be, but it was more just demonstrating his capability and leveling it up just for flex purposes. But we're done with that side of things. It's now just to do a little bit of ayatan hunting. I just wanted to do at this point.
You've come to the right place.
Don't know why I'm seeing names up here, but okay, thank you, Dee. Let's go find an ayatan treasure.
I knew it. Okay, let's do this.
I can't jump out here. I think someone found a way to get on top of this relay. I can't remember how they did it, unfortunately. Can't remember how they did it. Let's get swooping on in. At this stage, no, that's not what we wanted. I wanted to switch on over to the Mozak. I wanted to change the genre up a bit. I want us to calm down. We're on our wind down. There we go. Alright, oh, he's got ahead of me, has he? Oh no, whatever shall I do? Oh. Oh, there's no way I'm going to catch up. Oh. Oh. Well, that was easier than expected. Yep, we'll just do that. Yeah, you can hunt ayatans together, absolutely.
There's no
Schwip.
doubt in my mind that an ayatan treasure lies
Actually, there we are. Extra speed boost. Let's go. Needlessly quick Wukong. Which is good because I actually am terrible at navigating sometimes.
Juggernaut nearby. It will only attack when it senses high concentration.
To hell with the Juggernaut, I'm busy.
Slow the fight if you want it to go away.
Busy, busy, busy. Flying.
This looks dangerous.
Literally just speeding through this.
I mean, you'll be fine. I promise.
Ta-da!
I think you made it angry.
Alright, well,
Good work.
that works.
Multiple targets ahead.
Might as well pick up the shinies whilst we're here.
Oh my. I
If there is any.
found it.
Come on, shinies.
That's what we came
No?
here for.
Shinies?
Your job's done.
Shinies? Nothing shiny, okay. Oh. You okay there, Cake? Don't tell me you couldn't keep up. Oh, shit. And we're done. That is the easiest iron sculpture you can ever pick up. Oh, look at that. 2 minutes on the dot. I'll take it. Now, I get what you're saying there, Zom. I get what you're saying. But if you only look at it from a perspective of good enough, then yeah, there's quite a number of frames which are good enough with no potato. That doesn't make him good at that point. You can do a lot better. Hello, Nugget. How you doing? Alrighty. 1 ayaton down. Let's get some more ayatans. What's next on the list? We've got an Octavia. Alright. Octavia request. Let's switch our equipment over to an Octavia. How did I get the extra speed boost? I was using Molt. So Molt there, with the strength that I've got on this frame, a 65% increase to my speed temporarily. Doesn't last very long. Lasts long enough. Now let's grab Octavia. I do like the style I've gone for here. In my mind, as I was just going through colours and what I could do with Octavia, I hit onto this bright blue and just went, yep, you know what? I'm just going full Tron style colours here. Let's do it. So, Tron Octavia. Let's do it. And where are we going to take her for an Ayaton hunt? Now that is the question. I'm going to have to leave the bazaar, which means Oven Cake's going to drop out, but he can come back in. He can come back in. Material saying he and Evie friends and clanmates. Ah, fair do, fair do. Yeah, the ruling is on the Friday streams, anyone who is actively alive and playing in the Among Us games isn't actually allowed to watch the streams because that would be considered cheating. So a lot of the players just don't look at the stream at all, of course, Material. At least just throughout that stream, yeah. Alright then, now at the moment we just got... we got Warcry on here. Interesting. You know what? I haven't used a Warcry Octavia for a very long time. As much as it is a build, that is perfectly fine. I haven't used it in a long time. I'm going to break this build on the end here because I don't know what this build is at all. Like, what the hell is this? Let's just break this one. Let's break it. I will rebuild in a moment, but first I want to subsume out Amp.
Disgusting, is it not, operator? Fortis would enjoy.
Let's go instead for Golden Instinct.
Sadly, this vile mass.
There we
serves
go.
you and your blessings. Unnecessary.
Just a bit in the end there, Material, but it makes sense now. It makes sense. So for those of you unaware as to what Golden Instinct is, you get it at the max rank of the helmet system. And here, there we go, shines out a little void spark, and this will go hunting for treasures. Now I have already unlocked all of the curia, so those are wiped out. Unscanned fragments, I pretty much scanned everything that can be found, at least in the places we go hunting. So that narrows it right the way down. Right the way down. Using Golden Instinct on basically just the item sculptures. There's not going to be any medallions, because I'm not going to be in a syndicate mission. So unless there's a rare crate, and you know they're rare, it's going to be an Ayaton. It's going to be an Ayaton. This is probably best if Oven Cake doesn't jump in. What we can do is, Oven Cake, I'll invite you when I find it. Basically, I'll invite you when I find what we are looking for. So, I believe I can just go to good old... oh, let's swap this to friends only. There we are. Just so we don't get randoms in. I'm going to go here. I'm going to scan. And if the scan picks up something... I didn't build my Octavia. Well, we'll see if the scan hits something straight away. Whoops. No, there's nothing. Alright, cool. I should probably build her first, then do this. That would be a lot more sensible. Can't just put on the ability and call it a day. You know? As much as some people are saying, oh yeah, Octavia, you can use her without a potato, without any mods at all, is really taking the piss. Yeah. Well, I had Energy Scythe. I'm so bad at this game sometimes. Alright, let's do Overextended. Stretch. Auger reach. There we go. What's the range on this now? 530 meters. Ah, let's just take it all the way up. 560 meters. That really didn't make a lot of difference, did it? Actually, I'll drop that one. Never mind. Now let's get some sprint speed in here because I just want to run faster. Thank you very much. Whilst we're at it, might as well do that. There we go. And then we want a little bit of parkour, so we've got mobilize. Bullet jump. Yep, there we go. We'll swap you out for consequence. That'll do just fine. Let's give ourselves some energy to start with because effort. And on the topic of having energies, let's get a primed flow. Let's do this, that. There we go. Alright, what can we put in that V polarity? Actually, I can ditch that. I can go for Firewalker. That can go there instead. That works out. What else can we put on here, guys? Let's go for... Let's go fast deflection, shield recharge. Why? Because this mod basically doesn't get used. So I'm just going to put it on here in the hopes that it triggers someone. You've been triggered? Haha, got him. To go with that, let's also put on minus gravity whilst aim gliding. Sure, why not? I'm sure this is going to come in really handy. There we go. Nonsense builds, best builds. Alright, now let's do this. 500 plus meter radius on this ability. Fingers crossed it'll work first time for me. There is a better mission to go to than this, but yeah. Let's give this a try. Ooh, and we've got a hit straight away. Alright. Oven cake, come on in. We got a hit. I don't know what it is we've hit, but we got a hit. Oh, that's sprint speed. That. Oh, knockback. Dang it. We'll nuke it. We'll nuke it. Even my Sentinel can handle these with ease. Look at that. Bzip, bzip, bzip. It's too easy. Alright, let's do a scan here. Which way are we going? Oh, it's backwards. Alright, cool. Let's start paying attention then. Let's start paying attention to the loot locations. Is it in here? It looks like a crate to me. So it's somewhere backwards. I'm going to start paying attention to everywhere we go through. I'm not familiar with all the locations, but... Oh, it's a rare crate! I wasn't expecting to find this. Make sure you scan it, my dude. Scan it. Not every day you get to scan one of these, because people usually just fuck them over. You scanned it? Got it? Alright, cool. Nice. Credit booster. 16,000 credits. And we picked up a couple detonite injectors directly there. I don't need those anymore, but if you find those, they're useful. Those still in need. Now let's do another scan. Is there anything else around? There is not. Alright, cool. Is Onslaught the best way to get M? I have no idea what M is, so I'm going to say maybe. Will ayatans or crates show up on the simp scanner? I believe crates do, but they look like crates. Ayatans, no idea. It looks like the rest of this mission is barren, but we've got a nice reward, so we're going to finish the mission and then exit. Oh, that bullet jump velocity. That bullet jump velocity with the arcane and Firewalker. Oh, it's just so nice. I can just yeet. 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 I mean, how could you not enjoy that? Yeet. There we are. Alrighty. Whew. You can scan it when it's cracked. I know. But it looks nicer when you scan it intact, you know? Okay, I lost a few credits there. 9 endo! We're fine. We're fine. Is Onslaught the best way to get mastery? So Onslaught, Sanctuary Onslaught that is, it is a good way to level frames if you yourself can't level them up at the same rate. So they're usually a good place to go for leveling up your frames. It's best if you take a friend along who is specifically there to carry you, because there's a lot of people going there to try and get XP for free. Oh, Zom? Alright. It's been nice having you in the squad, Zom. Or in the chat. We'll see you next stream, it seems. Yeah. Goodbye. Fair enough. Zomtronic redeemed get 2035, so they'll be back next stream. Alright then. Fair. Let's see then. That was the Octavia request, and the next was a fully randomized loadout from Fantakiller. Well, we're doing low-level missions. Alright. Randomize the loadout. We've got, hey, Zaku. Okay, Zaku, Bazmu, Viper Rave, Pangolin Prime, Prisma Shade with the Prime Laser Rifle. Evie also wants to be 2035'd. Okay. Didn't realise you guys got so bored today. My apologies. Goodbye. Alright then, Bazmu is unranked. Have I ever ranked it? Once. Okay. Okay, I did. Who's this? We'll look in a second. We'll just leave this as is. Whatever. Viper Rave. Yikes. Pangolin Prime. Yikes. Alright then, Zaku. Now Zaku, I don't really want to be changing him for this, but we're going ayaton hunting. I'm gonna have to. So, yeah. Alright. Also, let's check out the companion. Prisma Shade, have you got mods on you? Oh, you got a bit. Alright. Yeah, that's actually better than I expected. I'll take it. It's not the best, but I'll take it. Is that the highest calculated redirection I've put on anything? Oh, fair enough, whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to increase my jump height, why not? Why not? We're doing it. Snake Raider, cheers. Let's see. So this is currently a just buff my primary weapon build, but we don't need this. I want this one to deal damage today. So let's grab good old Serration. Let's grab some split chamber, and let's grab some. I'm just going to type it in. Let's grab the heat mod. There we are. Wow, 96 damage. Okay. Yeah, using the helmet ability. We're using Zaku for this one now because we got fully randomized into this loadout. But it's what happens. So let's grab Gold Instinct, let's infuse that. We're going to take over Zarta's Whisper because we don't need that right now. Let's confirm that, and we are on loadout A. There we go. Let's do it. Hop. Alrighty. So I'm going to just jump into missions until I get a hit on the scan. When I get a hit on it, I'll invite Oven Cake. Send me a message, guys, if you also want to be invited in to the squad. So when I find an ayaton, I can invite you in. You can pick it up at the same time. Free ayatans, basically. Scan. Wait, Zarta's Whisper.
Leave no one standing.
I broke the wrong build. I was on config D. I may have fucked up. Okay. Alright. That's... Of course, random loadout. It puts you on a random config as well, doesn't it? For fuck's sake. I've broken this build instead. Whatever. Alright. I will take this off here and then put it onto D. Whatever. It's fine. Like I said earlier, I'm not perfect. It's fine.
Disgusting, is it not, operator? Or this would endure.
Golden Instinct, let's get you off there. Thank you very much. And let's put you on to... Now I need to feed the helmet. God! Ah! Just drag it over to A? Nah, effort. Effort. Because it actually... Wait, the drag over doesn't work that way anymore now, EPS. If you drag the loadouts around, it also drags over the actual helmet infusion. So I still need to change the builds at that point. And I just don't want to go through changing the builds. I'm not going through all that. So I'm just gonna feed him and just redo it. This is actually easier. There we are. Just feed, 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 feed. We don't need those, don't need those. There we go. Nom, 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 nom. Yeah, it's done that for a while, Impious. Can't remember when they made the change, but yeah, it's done it for a while now. So, yep, we've got... I didn't do freaking thing I checked. Didn't do the freaking add thing, freaking... Ah!
This thing is responsible for biological functions of the orbiter.
Bruh, Zarta's Whisper, config D. Okay. There we are. All right then. We're all good now. Hello, Savage. How you doing today? Oh, okay, that is even more effort than I want to consider right now. I'm just straight up skipping that. Look, we're already done. See? After all the ideas bounced around, I've just done it. I will make a change to this build, because whilst we got these at the moment, I've got narrow-minded on here. I'm going to just dump that for the moment so I get the extra range. There we go. No one needed that. Now let's go steal some ayatans. Or maybe another rare crate, who's to know. Like I said, guys, send me a message in game, The Engineer. So as and when I find an ayaton mission, I can just invite you in. And this is not one of them. Cool. And now we get to the bit where it gets a bit annoying. I just have to cycle it. Cycle it until I crack it. This is how we cheese the ayaton spawn. Another rare crate? I mean, it might be. It might be. Yeah, Archer. Literally, I'm straight up farming the ayatans. It's another way of doing it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oven cake, in you come. We got a live one. And because we've not done much of the mission, in fact, we've done none of the mission already, I can still invite him in. What's the handle for the giveaway again? How do you mean the handle? What do you mean the handle? I'm gonna just steal that guy's gun. I can deal with it, bruh. Oh, congrats, Savage. Alright, we can tell there is not anything through there. I'm gonna head over here and just do a quick little cast. Where's it gonna go? Oh, it is going this way. And it's turning the corner. Alright, so some distance this way is where we'll find whatever is on my scanner. Again, I don't remember all of the unlockables around this map. I don't know where they spawn as it is. So I'm just going to kind of run and hope for the best. Also, every single one of you here, you've been through this map a million times, right? You've been through this map a million times. Everyone recognizes this tile set. You all been here? Cake, you been here before? Do you notice anything special in this room? Do you notice anything particularly special about this room? Yeah, it's right here. Right here. There's a Curia. And there always has been. Every time you've come through this room, there is always one there. Not the only one you can find on this tile set either. It's one that's always, always, always there. And Golden Instinct will point to it unless you've scanned it, which is why I had to go and scan every single bloody one of them, so they would stop interfering with Golden Instinct. So yeah, that's a thing. Let me just check through here. he did his best. He did his best, that guy. Good old Xmas, like level 6 or something. He did his best. It was never going to be enough. Come on now. Alright, let's do a scan from here. Still further this way. Okey-dokey. Just gonna keep running through, keep on having things die around me. Is all good. Yeah, if you do this enough, you'll start to learn where things like crates spawn, and so you'll know then when things are in the wrong spot on your map. You'll get a sense for when. You see the crate there on the minimap, you're like, oh yeah, there's always a crate there. I know I can ignore that. You'd learn when there's things to ignore, not to ignore. Oh. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. It was hidden, okay? I had my camera like that. You know? Okay, yeah. It's all good. Oh dear. And look, this is what I want to point out in terms of the range of this ability. It was one room over. Here's extraction, and we could scan it right from the very start of the map. We knew it was here at the very beginning. So yeah, that was but yeah, ayatans appear on the map as a little box, just like a normal resource. That happens always. Pretty OP. I mean, you still have to slow down and find it, and also you are cycling the mission over and over just in the hopes of finding it, which does get very tedious. But yeah, didn't 5 years ago? Well, things have changed in 5 years, my man. Things have changed in 5 years. In the last 5 years, some idiot called Ken picked up this game called Warframe, tried it out, decided he didn't like it, came back later, tried it again, became a content creator, and now is here constantly like, yo, this is how you do some amazing things. You learn so much just from watching the last 5 minutes? Oh, my dude. We've been doing a load of learning today. A load of it. So if you've been learning in just the last 5 minutes, you should definitely check out the entire stream when you get a chance. Speaking of which, guys, if you do miss parts of the streams and you don't want to watch them through on Twitch, I've just linked you there the replays channel. I upload all of the streams over onto the replays channel on YouTube, so you can catch the entire back catalogue over there. They do take a couple days to go up over there. It's Twitch rules. But aside from that, yeah, the entire catalogue is there. So I'm just going to load into this again. I'm going to do scans, and if I find it, blah, blah, I'll bring in some more people. Hey, Mythic Spirit, good news, good news. I've just looked at my screen here. It says we're now on 105 viewers. Yeah, I appreciate it. Alright, let's scan. Nope, you can see down the bottom right of my screen, if you've got a high enough resolution, it says area is barren. So there's nothing within over 500 meters. So there's probably nothing here. And that scan, by the way, it doesn't follow the routing of the waypoint in terms of distance. It is an actual sphere of 500 meters, which means it covers a lot more distance than you could walk in 500 meters. So it's a very powerful pickup if you are looking to loot these very specific things. So we'll just cycle this a few more times now. Guys, if you do really appreciate the content here on the channel, the absolute best things you can do to help support this channel, and I really mean it, the absolute best things you can do, aside from of course subscribing, tell your friends. Seriously, take a clip, be like, yo, dude, this thing, did you not know about it? Share it with your friends, share it with your clanmates, put it on Reddit, although Reddit will probably just murder you. Reddit hates everyone. Oh, scanned, nothing, yeah, whatever. But yeah, if you do really enjoy the channel, you think other people will enjoy it, share it. For a lot of people here, the only way you came across this stuff was because it was shared to you one way or the other. Either a clanmate told you about it, a friend told you about it, YouTube told you about it. It's the way I get known. So if you do appreciate the channel, that is the best thing you can do for me, is to let other people know. If I'm worth being known about, tell people. And then, we can all be amazing together. Only had friends or a clan? Well, now you got yourself a new goal. A new practical problem to solve. Can you use this on any frame? Yes. You can apply this to absolutely any Warframe using the helmet system. I'm just using Zaku because someone randomed us into it. So, yeah. But any frame can use this. Yeah. Sometimes that's the way it goes, Matoria. I'm going to guess you came from... Oh, let me think here. Perkin J. It was Perkin J, wasn't it?
There is a large platoon of
We did raid each other at the end of each other's streams quite a few times. We've kind of got to the point of going, you know what, maybe we should stop doing that. We overlap a little too perfectly. Where do you buy crewmates for Railjack? So if you've actually got the intrinsic unlocked, which you need to do first, you then head on over to Stardays, as it's called at the moment. It's actually Fortuna. You head over here. Dee did talk about me, not in the last dev stream, it was a couple prime times ago now. I know it's been a couple weeks already. But yeah, Dee did showcase one of my videos on the prime time. First one since they came back to doing prime times. And if you go to Ticker here, hire Railjack crew members, and it's really just that simple. As soon as you've got the intrinsic unlocked, the command intrinsic, which allows you to hire crew, this option will open up to you. If you haven't unlocked it, you won't see this. And yeah, once you get to max rank, you can get these extra special ones up here, which have some extra bonuses on them. Ooh, that's a nice one. She's level 5 combat, means the highest combat bonus gunning. And she's got bonus critical chance on rifles. That one right there is my #1 recommendation. If you could get one that's combat endurance, that would be the best of the best. But yeah, that is a great one to have. That is a very, 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 very good one to get. I already have one of those, and they are my on-call crewmate, which is why they absolutely wreck face when I summon them. Tell you the secret of life, meaning of life. Well, the meaning of life is to explore, understand, and grow. That is the purpose of life. We are stardust. Ticker will tell you that. So, you know, it's quite apt that we've just spoken to Ticker. We are stardust. We are what happens when the universe explodes so hard that dust comes together, becomes a bit squishy, and starts to think about it, everything around it. The point of life is to explore, learn, and grow. Go do it. Go explore, go learn, go grow. And if you're here, you're probably exploring new things with me, you're learning new things with me, you're growing as a Warframe player, and probably as a person too. So if you're here, you're living life. Fact. What's that landing craft? This landing craft that I use is from the Zephyr Deluxe set, I believe it is. It was gifted to me by the moderator on this channel, Bidface HD. It's a very generous gift from him. You never learn anything? I mean, material. You learned how to find the subscribe button to this channel, which clearly proves that you are an excellent individual with incredible taste. So, you know, I think you're doing pretty well. Alright, let's do a scan. Nope, area's barren. Let's try again. It was an accident? Well, as Bob Ross says, it's a happy little accident. I'll take that one. Alrighty, let's do a refresh on that. Fingers crossed. It's a low chance of happening. I think it's something like 1 in 7 or 1 in 12. I think it's 1 in 7. We'll see. Avani saying, I'm Muslim. Muslim's goal in life is to explore, know, and help humanity and others. Explore, learn, grow. Yep. Sounds good to me. Oh, we got a hit. We got a hit. Alright, Oven Cake, in you come. Evie, in you come. We got a hit. I don't know what it is yet, but we got a hit. That extra jump height from my Prisma Shade is just stupid. Why do I even have this? I can feel the extra jump height, and it's so stupid. I feel like I'm playing Halo. Oh dear. Hello, Pog Cypher. Ah, yes. Hey, Pog Cypher, you know how you call yourself a stupid kid doing the epilepsy thing in Discord? Well, you're absolutely right about your actions. It was a bit of a silly choice. You don't have to be a stupid kid, you know. You can act sensibly. I recommend trying it out. You know, life is actually quite fun, even when you're being sensible. I highly recommend it. Because you can be sensibly stupid. Like using a randomized loadout to hunt for ayatans. So I would say I had to get one of the credit guys because I don't have enough of the stuff. One of the credit guys. I'm sure what you mean there. Not even sure what you mean there. Alright, let's just check here. Rare. Nope. I know it's not through that door because that door is shut. I'm just looking for the rares. What's one of the great things about this map in particular is because it's so linear. There's not really many twists and turns. So you don't have to try too hard to find it. Oh yeah, this is a randomized loadout. Earlier on, someone requested a randomized loadout, and we've not had any other requests since using the channel point feature, so I've just stuck with it. This one's not killing me, so yeah, fuck it, why not? You know? I'm just gonna keep hunting until we find the very special thing. I'm playing with viewers. Yeah, we got a couple of viewers in the squad at the moment. We got Evie and Oven Cake.
Enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Now, apparently the shiny we're looking for is still somewhere this way, which is fine. I already know most of these crate locations. Got a couple crates. We got 2 crates in here. Yep. See, that was what I was talking about earlier. When you do this enough, you start to learn when there's a crate symbol on the minimap, which is in the wrong place. There we are. I've just discovered it. It is hiding in here. Ta-da! 1 ayatan. Even though EV2035 themselves, well, they only 2035 themselves in the chat here, you know? There we go. Let's do another scan. Area is barren. Good, that's the only thing we needed to find. Let's leave. Want to talk to me about Among Us later? Yeah, that's fine. If you're a subscriber to this channel, connect up your subscription on Twitch with your Discord account, and then you'll be able to message me on Discord to talk about Among Us if you want to join in on the Friday Among Us groups. Absolutely. Ta-da! Can't see the items through the wall with a sim scanner. Good to know, Oven Cake. Good to know. Good to know. Am I aware that I'm growing an engine nation in my Discord? I am aware of that, Cypher, yes. I do, in fact, use and interact with my Discord, so I am very aware of that. I'd like to join for a few runs, but may disconnect abruptly. Don't know how much time I got. That's fine, Banan. Because I just invite people as and when we get a hit, I'll send you an invite when good news pops up. We'll drop out Evie there. And let's give this a couple more runs. We haven't got time for too much here now, guys. We are running the end. So what I'll do, I'll run this until we get another ayatan. And then we'll do the platinum giveaway to round off the stream, guys. What's the most focus I've earned from an orb? Probably around about like 100,000 or so. Yeah, I think it's probably around 100,000 when I was really trying. Are you kidding? A hit straight away? Alright, I'll take it. Yeah. Oven Cake. Evie. Evil Banan. We got a hit. We got a hit. Sometimes RNG be like that. Last time I tried showing this on stream, we got very, very unlucky. So, I'll take it. I will take it. Well then. I'm going to make sure everyone loads in before I take that one. Just on the off chance. I'm going to wait for everyone to load in. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Sadly, it's a Vallana. Vallanas aren't the best for Endo, but, you know, I'll take it all the same. Looks like everyone's loaded into the squad. Yeah, everyone's here. Cool. Let's grab it. All right. Well, let's do the mission. Is there anything else to scan? Nope. Area's barren. All right. So all we do now is just wrap up the mission, and we're good. We're Gucci. Mission successful. Can't go wrong with that. What's the phrase you guys use? You know, streamer luck? Oh, you can see them with the scanner. Oh. You just messed up. Steal some more guns. Add to the power of Shooty Zaku.
Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Let's go. Ah! Getting stuck on the geometry. The worst way to mess up. But yeah, so Golden Instinct, it is a way you can get ayatans. You do need to have some patience because RNG is RNG, but it is one of the better ways of getting ayatans. Mariana here is about the best mission, although some people prefer to do the mission, what's it called? The Infested Salvage mission on Eris. Otherwise, I prefer this one. Have I done the new war? Yes, I have. I have definitely done the new war. Why am I running an exterminate instead of a capture? That particular tile set is a very linear one. So it means there's not so many offshoots and branches spawning. So that's why that particular mission is so good for it. The fact that it's exterminate means it's still pretty damn quick to do. Look at that, 2 minute 23. That's still very quick to say. We were technically ayatan hunting as well. But in terms of capture missions, like you go the capture mission that's on Earth, that one there, and you can have some pretty long branches you have to go and investigate. At that point, you need a more dedicated loot hunting frame, whereas any frame can walk through Mariana and just laugh at it. Unlike over on Uranus here, where you have the same tile set, these ones also have underwater sections and lifts. This one does not have any lifts or underwater sections. So it's a very simple mission to navigate. It's a very flat mission to navigate. So it's pretty much the best one. Just the best for it. But yeah, that was very quick, but I'll take it. We've got ourselves the final ayatan of the day. We've done some exploring, we've done some learning. I hope we've all done some growing. But now, guys, that means it is time for us to be popping on to the Platinum giveaway. If you have not yet got yourselves in on it, make sure you do hit that blue spanner icon at the bottom of your chat window. You have literally got the next few seconds to enter yourself into that giveaway, whilst I just basically find the button to close it. Basically, so hurry up, chop, chop, click, click. If you want to get yourself some free platinum, and this is any platform, doesn't matter who you are, where you are in the world, unless you're already in dispatches of winners, you know who you are. But let's see. I'm going to give yourself just a few more seconds because I see there's a string of them coming in. All right, I'll give you a moment, guys. Give you a moment to redeem those. My God, there's a load of you just sat on that. Here I am. Exclamation mark raffle in the title of the stream. None of you even paying attention to it. I don't know what you like. What are you like? All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's closed. You're probably going to hear that a few seconds later because of stream delay. Deal with it. I don't care. You've had 3 hours to get in on it, so we're doing it now. We're just doing the giveaway. Let me bring up the list of those who are in it to win it. There we are. Raffles of today. We are the 20th of February. Where is this year going already? I don't know. Probably into the past, you know, like most time things. But there we are. This is the spinner for today. These are all the names we got on here. Everyone from Mythic Spirit, the very first to enter into it today, all the way down to Paranoid CJ, the last person to enter in time. Fingers crossed to every single one of you. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. There's no bias involved. I'm just going to shuffle and then click. Who's it going to be? I don't know. The winner today is Celeste Magisteel. Celeste Magisteel, you've been picked by the spinner today. Congratulations, Celeste Magisteel. I'll be getting in touch with you in just a little bit after the end of this stream here to get your Warframe username and platform. We'll get this platinum sent on over to you. Celeste Magisteel, congratulations. And to everyone else who has been involved in the stream today, I do hope you have enjoyed yourselves. I've certainly enjoyed all the bits and pieces we've been going through today. So thank you very much for making it, once again, a very wonderful stream. Don't go anywhere just yet, guys. Don't go anywhere just yet. We're, of course, going to be raiding on over to another part of the Warframe community. Let's see who we can give a bit of love to. My hair looks even worse in higher definition. I need to get this cut. Let's see. Who are we going to raid over to today? Who is streaming in the Warframe category? I'm assuming you guys want Warframe. Right? Right? Who are we going to go to? Who are we going to say hi to today? How many people are watching Warframe at the moment? There's 639 people watching Warframe and 100 of you are here. Nice. Thank you. I'm actually surprised that we're below 1,000 people watching Warframe right now. What the hell has happened to that? Huh. Alright. That's a thing. Let's see then. Where are we going to send 1/6 of the entire category of us over to? Who are we going to go say hi to? Let's see. Is Neonest streaming at the moment? They are not. Damn, I was really planning to raid them today, but if they're not streaming at the moment, we can't do that. We'll have to do that another time. Oh, the Warframers are playing Lost Ark and such? That's not Warframe. It's Sunday. We play Warframe on Sunday. Alright. You know what? I'm just going to go to a small streamer then. We're going to surprise a small streamer. I'm going to scroll down the list a bit. Let's find someone who is really not expecting this. Let's absolutely break someone's day. I want you guys to make some noise. Alright. I'm trusting you guys to really make some noise. Not bad noise, good noise. Good noise. But let's see. Who can we surprise today? I'm just going to quickly check them because new streamers... They could be a bit hit and miss. I'm just going to take a quick little peek. Let's see who we got here. He's not said a word. Oh, I don't know, guys. I mean, if they're not going to say a word, I'm going to have to just find someone else. Sorry, that's streaming 101. Don't stop talking. You hear me? Stop talking. Unless I'm reading what you're saying, I don't stop. That's why I have so much water with me. Yeah. Was it Germo? It was not Germo, no. No, I'm looking at small streamers right now. I'm looking at small streams. That guy's not even playing Warframe. Wow, okay. Come on, where's the webcams? Why are people streaming without webcams? Seriously, if you've not got a webcam or a VTube, although I don't watch VTubes at all, but if you've not got a webcam, what are you doing? Alright, here we go. We've got someone with a webcam. Just going to quickly check them. Just going to quickly check them, guys. Let's make sure they are suitable. You know, we don't want to be going somewhere that is not suitable. Alright, what's he got for me? Gonna say a word? This is embarrassing. This is truly embarrassing. Are none of them ever gonna speak? I think he just sneezed. I'm tired of looking. We're gonna go to this guy. At least he's got a nice clear webcam. A lot of people, as I say, don't have that. Let's make some noise. Let us go. Remind this person, if you are publicly streaming, you need to actually say something. Alright? Let's get them talking. Let's show them this community is a lively one. Alright? Not everyone speaks constantly. I hope he starts saying something in just a moment. Let's go make some noise over at this guy's stream. But that is all we got time for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves. I'll see you again on Wednesday for some more Warframe. Bye-bye.